Hello and welcome to Mediamade, the show in which we year by year explore the movies, music, and TV that most invaded our lives. I'm your host, a member of the Oceanic Six, Rod, and I'm joined by...
What am I? Oh, wait, yes, it's an empty shack with a tin roof.
Name.
Jess. Wow, guys, it's a little bit more early. I forgot that there was something. You're staring at me like you're not done yet. I was like, no, that's the end of my nickname today.
Tin Roof. Busted.
Yes, it is very busted, but we will get to that busted roof in the next half of this episode.
But we're not talking the B-52s. We did that in 1989.
Yeah, good year.
We talked B-52s.
That was the year
1989.
And that was the year the world entered the best bit. Is that what you were saying? Something about the Berlin Wall fell, and then it was like,
Yeah, the end of history.
The end of history. 1989.
According to some weirdo somewhere. No, we're out of the 80s. We are far away. We're in the worst of times.
What?
2004.
Oh.
I don't know if the worst of times, but there were a lot of angry people out there.
That's fair. There were.
It's a very political time.
Unlike now.
It's a very political time.
It's never stopped. The end of history came, and now it's all politics.
Yeah, a new history. But we're here. If you're new to the show, here's what we do: we talk movies, music, and TV. Mm-hmm. It's a television episode this week. Mm-hmm. We're talking our television shows of 2004. So what Jess and I have done, we looked at a list of every TV show that debuted in the year 2004, including those that debuted internationally, not just in the U.S. We're visiting a certain country that Jess loves very much for the first time.
Okay,
this year.
Okay.
I'm not telling any lies here.
Look, we'll get to it when we get to it. We'll get to my shame.
And we've decided which. Yeah, did I say that part? We decided which show each of us have watched the most in our lives.
You may have said it. I can't remember. It is 4:30 in the morning.
It's not that early. But yeah. I think at this point forward, no more kids shows for Rod.
Yeah.
Adult shows for men.
He's a big boy. No, he's a big man.
What did we say earlier? What was that joke? Chef Man RD.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Chef Man RD, Rod.
That's our episode where we just become a cooking podcast.
I mean, we need more April Fool's ideas. So maybe one day. Oh yeah. So we're gonna start with my show. Get you all used to the format, because my show's culturally relevant to the United States audience.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I'm just gonna say, people are gonna look at the title of this episode and think we're talking about a completely different show for you.
That's true.
But that's the second segment. We're going to start with my show, an American show.
Okay. Can you say that with any more marca in your voice?
Debuting September 22nd, 2004 on ABC. Starring Matthew Fox, Evangeline Lilly, Jorge Garcia, Josh Holloway, Ian Somerhalder, Maggie Grace, Harold Perrineau, Michael David Kelly, Terry O'Quinn, Naveen Andrews, Emily DeRaven, Yoonjin Kim, Daniel Day Kim, and Dominic Moynihan. Created by Jeffrey Lieber, Damon Lindelof, and JJ Abrams. That show is Lost.
Where are we? Honey, where are we?
Guys, where are we? That was a big cast, by the way.
Oldie? Sorry.
What?
I just said it in Korean since.
Oh. Lost. It's a show that was very big.
But nobody could find out where to find it. Okay, I'm done making stupid jokes.
Gosh. So, I assume that most people out there are aware of Lost. If they haven't watched it and grew frustrated with it, they at least know that people watched it and grew frustrated by it. Right?
I'd never heard of Lost until we did this.
No way.
I'm sorry.
You're a liar.
I'm not a liar. I lie about a lot of things.
None of your friends in high school or college watched Lost?
Hi, I'm an anime kid. We spent all of our time in books or looking for stuff to watch that was cartoons.
I feel like this show couldn't be avoided. It was like an event. It was like the Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones.
I hear you. I know the word Lost. I think when you were saying Lost, I was thinking Save the Cheerleader. I don't know what it's called, but that's in my mind.
Heroes.
Heroes.
And Heroes was trying to take the Lost audience.
Yeah, Heroes was a thing that I knew. I did not know Lost.
It's like, okay. Lost is a show about, it's ostensibly about a group of passengers on a plane who crash land on a deserted island and them trying to survive.
Funnily enough, I did watch Flight 29 Down, which is about a bunch of boarding school kids that plane fell and they were on an island and they had to figure it out. There was Cordon Bleu was in it and stuff. So I watched that and I know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
I apparently Lost but kids. It's like the All That to SNL and then Flight 29 Down to Lost.
Okay. But Lost very quickly became, it still was always about survival, but it became more, it's a mystery show through and through. And it's oh man, this island's more than meets the eye. They found this weird metal hatch in the middle of the jungle. What the heck does this go? Where does this, what is this? What does it mean? Oh, there's symbols everywhere. There's a monster. There's weird spiritual energy around. What's going on? There's this rich history. People aren't who they say they are. Why are these people on this island?
Just sounds like a video game.
What's the meaning of life? Yeah.
Sounds like Oxenfree.
So the mystery and I'm sure Lost in a lot of ways changed television. And I will talk about a lot of those ways as we talk about the show. But without Lost, you wouldn't have shows like Fringe or Heroes.
I did watch Fringe.
Fringe was almost like a spiritual successor to Lost. It was like JJ Abrams and his crew made that too.
I didn't watch a lot of it because it got a little scary because I'm a scary little girl. But I liked Fringe. I think I like a duo.
I never watched Fringe.
Rather than when you got a crew piece. There's a lot of members. That's a lie. I love leverage. Continue.
Ensemble?
Ensemble. I like a crew of two rather than an ensemble cast.
Fair enough. So, I mean, if you have no history with Lost, I guess I could share mine.
Yeah.
So, I remember when Lost debuted. It was a big deal on the middle school playground. There wasn't a playground. The gym, the blacktop, during gym class.
Sorry, the gym, just middle school gym bros. That's all I'm seeing.
No.
Hey, did you watch Lost?
Oh no. This is every little preteen boys and girls all talking about this new show Lost. I remember in particular my friends from middle school to high school, Alexa and Imran were super into Lost early on, season 1 Lost. And by this point I was not watching I've never my parents even we never watched network TV. Generally it was always cable channels, obviously because I'm watching Nickelodeon and
right.
And Disney Channel up to this point. And then even my dad, he barely watched. He watched sports on the networks. He was not watching new network television. He was watching cable reruns of Seinfeld.
Yeah. Well.
Or Hogan's Heroes. And my mom really didn't watch TV. Maybe cable reruns of I Love Lucy or something.
Yeah.
My parents are very old fashioned. So I wasn't gonna watch Lost when it aired because I wasn't really even in the network television bubble. I wasn't watching ABC.
Right.
Or whatever shows were airing at the same time as ABC. I couldn't even tell you.
Seventh Heaven, probably.
Sex in the City? Or something?
I'm pretty sure that was an HBO show.
No, or
I don't know. 2004
is it
was
Desperate
a long
Housewives?
Time ago.
Is that?
I feel
that's on ABC, right?
That's on ABC. I'm thinking ABC Family, Secret Life of American Teenager, because my sister was watching this at the same time.
Yeah, that's a different channel.
Yeah.
So season 1 just passed me by, and then but I feel even the premiere of season 2, was 8th grade, was even bigger. It was everyone was so excited for Lost to come back.
Oh.
So it was I kept hearing about it and I didn't watch it, right? I remember like I said, my friend Alexa was big into it, very excited for Lost in season 2. So I was just I just passed it by, and every so often I'd hear about it again. It wasn't until I believe after season 4 had run. Season 4 of Lost 1 was one of the casualties of the writer's strike. of 2007, 8.
Oh, right.
Topical now.
Yeah.
we're going to start seeing the casualties of the current writer strike, by the way.
Well,
and the
good.
actor strike.
There should be casualties.
Yeah.
Outside of the writers. No casualties in the writers.
But season 4 of Lost was a super short one, which was a good thing, honestly. At that point in time, it made season 4 a good season of Lost because they were trying to fill it with,
junk. Yeah.
It wasn't like an anime. Yeah.
How dare you?
No filler. At the end of season 4, by that point, I believe Lost had reached its 100 episodes. So what happens when a show reaches 100 episodes?
Syndication.
Yep. So it started getting syndicated, and the rights were purchased by G4, a channel I was watching in 2008 or so.
Yeah.
And I remember Lost began airing every day on G4. So I told myself, cool. Well, I'm at this point, a sophomore in high school, or even a junior in high school. I'm not sure. I can
catch up.
Well, I can come home from school. I could have lunch because I didn't eat at school. Then I'd go upstairs, watch one episode of Lost, and do my homework. It was a cool deal, and I could do it every single day because that's how syndication works.
Yeah.
So I watched the first 2 episodes of Lost, and I'm like, oh, that was interesting. That was cool. I can see why the people are into this, and I wasn't hooked yet. See, I guess technically it's episode 3, but the pilot episode's 2 parts, so that was 2 days. Episode 3, the 4th day of watching Lost, is the John Locke episode. Because every episode is specific on a certain character.
Right.
The John Locke episode, the first one, hooked me immediately. There's a twist at the end, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest show on television.
I get the hype.
So I watched all of season 1 that way on G4 every day after school. And the cliffhanger ending to season 1 was so oh my God, I need to keep watching this show, but I don't want to have to wait one day every day to watch it. I want to watch multiple episodes in a day. So my friend Andrew, not the one a different Andrew.
Okay.
Told me, all the episodes, and this is such a different time. All the episodes are streaming on ABC's website.
Oh.
You could just watch them all. And I was like, that's a great idea. So this is pre-Hulu.
Yeah.
Pre-Netflix streaming.
Yep.
Netflix was sending DVDs out to people still.
This is true. Gosh, a time. What a time that was.
So I watched basically season 2 to all the way to season 4 and caught up on Lost just watching on ABC's website, free streaming. I don't even think there were ads.
ABC.
So then by that point, I had finished right before season 5 started airing. So I was able to, at that point, start watching Lost as it aired.
Weekly, which is a travesty when you've been watching it.
It was
daily.
hard, yeah. But that's it. And I watched Lost all the way to the end.
Wow.
And then by the time it ended, they released the big giant box set of Lost, which included the secret ending.
Oh.
And so I bought on Amazon using I had Amazon credit. So I tried to buy the box set and I accidentally bought it twice.
Oh.
I sent one back.
Yeah, I was like,
Amazon, but I got 2 giant Lost box sets in the mail. And this box set is shaped like a pyramid.
Oh.
And it's got secret compartments and clues on it. It's like a giant puzzle box.
Oh, you must have liked that a lot.
I thought it was neat. It's neat. And it came with a black light that you could shine on to the box to find secret clues. And inside the box set, once you solve the clues, you can find the secret disc that has the secret ending on it.
Huh.
So I watched that. I obviously had that, but because I had the box set, I watched it all again on DVD. And then my parents were like, hey, we want to watch this show. So after I finished watching it the first time, I watched it again with them all the way through. I listened to all the DVD commentaries.
Yeah.
So it's I consumed a lot of Lost. There's no question why it's my show of 2004.
Yeah.
Should I talk about how the show was made? Because there's a lot going on.
Yeah, let's go. Good thing I don't have a history, so you can talk all the things.
All right. Lost was conceived by ABC chairman Lloyd Braun.
Lloyd?
While he was vacationing in Hawaii in 2003.
Okay.
That's another thing. This show is shot on location in Hawaii for the most part.
So was the idea more how can I stay here for a bit?
I think honestly for like a lot of the cast members even were like, I get to just like live in Hawaii for as long as this show is airing. Sure.
I guess it's a dream for some.
For some, it never ended. I think Terry O'Quinn and Daniel Day Kim never left Hawaii. There's a reason why they both were on Hawaii Five-0. The initial idea was to produce a television adaptation of the 2000 film Castaway, with elements drawn from the reality show Survivor.
Okay, was there at any point a Wilson?
I don't know. But basically, like Lloyd Braun, he liked Castaway. He thought that could be a series. Mm-hmm. And Survivor was a big ratings draw at the time. So he's like, people are into like surviving out in the wild. Why not do a show?
That's true. Quick sidebar. Off the top of my head, there are 3 Tom Hanks movies that he is lost at sea. Castaway, Captain Phillips, Pinocchio.
Movie night.
Oh no, never mind. Just kidding. I don't want a Watery Hanks night.
Watery Hanks.
Continue.
Braun pitched his idea for Castaway, the series, at ABC's gathering of executives in Anaheim, California, describing the concept as, quote, parts Castaway, Survivor, and Gilligan's Island with Lord of the Flies elements.
Where was the Giggles Island? I mean, I only saw an episode. So.
Well, Gilligan's Island is just like, hey, let's get a bunch, like an ensemble cast of different people to be trapped on an island together.
But it's comedy.
Yeah, I know. But like the idea of like different people from different classes
That's
and
fair.
backgrounds and races all living together. I don't know if there were different races on Gilligan's Island, but No.
There were not.
Unless you count the Harlem Globetrotters there for one episode.
I do not.
At some point, Braun abandoned the idea for a straight adaptation of Castaway in favor of a fully new IP, settling on the name Lost.
It's a good word. Good, strong word.
Many found the idea laughable, including Disney CEO Michael Eisner and Disney President Bob Iger.
Well, both of those men are laughable.
But Senior Vice President Tom Sherman saw potential and decided to order an initial script from production company Spelling Television. Writer Jeffrey Lieber presented a pitch titled Nowhere to ABC in 2003, which Sherman approved.
Okay.
Unhappy with the eventual script by Lieber and a subsequent rewrite, Lloyd Braun contracted up-and-coming screenwriter JJ Abrams.
Oh, did he do anything else? I don't recognize that name.
He had developed the series Alias for ABC.
Oh.
And he was brought on to write a new pilot script. So JJ, at this point, he had probably been most known for Alias. Mm-hmm. But he made Felicity, too, I believe, right?
I think.
Those were his, 2 hits.
Yeah.
So Alias was a big hit for ABC. So they're like, let's give this guy another chance.
Sweet.
He's been good for us. And he was kind of a hotshot in the television industry. From the interviews I watched, it seemed like all the television writers at the time were like, we want to work with
JJ Abrams.
We want to work with JJ.
I was going to say that's interesting. That's interesting that his 2 big claims to fame first were women leading shows, but I've never watched any of those shows, and I feel like if I go back now, I'm like, all right, is this man writing woman? It could be good. I've never seen it.
I don't know. Alias gives me Buffy vibes from the small bits I've seen. It's so funny. Lost literally changed television. There's a pre-Lost television landscape and a post-Lost landscape. And I feel like Alias exists in that pre-Lost. So, it's more television-y. You know what I mean?
Than cinematic?
Yeah, it's like episodic. It's serialized, but not to the extent that Lost would be. Or shows today usually are, you know?
Like having overarching themes that really drag through?
Yeah. Up until then, I feel like most television networks were super hesitant to approve a show that's heavily serialized, filmic in its presentation, expensive. They wanted safe, episodic television.
Yeah, that's fair. I've trying to think through back the TV shows that we've talked about before this, because I think where I'm I don't know, man. I feel like that's all the TV I ever really watch, but
it was rare. But even we talked Firefly. Even Firefly is pretty episodic.
Okay, here's the
with
thing.
Small little and I feel like the biggest show that definitely informed what Lost would become is the X-Files, which also is episodic in a lot of ways. It has a lot of Monster of the Week episodes.
This is true. I'm not gonna let you throw shade like that on Firefly though.
No, I like Firefly.
This is true, but I was like, it had 14 episodes, and there are also things that you see pulling through in those 14 episodes.
But Joss Whedon had to hide those things. I think the network wasn't smart enough to catch on to those things. Like, for the most, like, on a surface level, it's presented as an episodic Monster of the Week show, even though it isn't.
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. So, like, the production-wise, not the production, but, like, the company-wise, more than necessarily the artist intent.
Yes.
Got it. We're doing a lot of sidebars, kids.
The one edict Braun made to Abrams was that the show's title must be lost, as he was angry at its change to Nowhere by Mr. Lieber.
Yeah.
Which is, it's kind of funny.
It's not as punchy as the word lost. Not as, like, enigmatic.
Yeah. Abrams agreed to develop the project on the condition that the series have a supernatural/mystery angle to it, and that he have a writing partner. Which I'm like,
yeah,
smart. ABC executives sent him Damon Lindelof, who had worked on shows like Wasteland, Nash Bridges, and Crossing Jordan. Shows I've never seen.
I also have never seen, but I've only heard of the last one.
So this is kind of a funny story. Like, a bunch of interviews talk about this one. So Damon Lindelof had been wanting to work with JJ Abrams forever, and he was like a nobody. I think he was working on Crossing Jordan, which I believe is probably the biggest show of his career by that point. So when ABC was like, oh yeah, hey Damon, go work with JJ. He's like, oh cool, it's a dream come true. So he was like, oh man, I'm gonna be a dork in front of this hot shot. What am I? Who am I? So Damon Lindelof showed up to the writers' room, because it was like JJ, some of JJ's writers from Alias, and then Damon showed up in a Star Wars t-shirt and a blazer over it. And as soon as Damon walks up to the door, reportedly one of JJ's writers was like, hey man, cool shirt, why aren't we friends yet? And then JJ like, hey, cool shirt, why aren't we friends yet?
Cute.
And so it was like immediately they were all good friends.
Yeah.
And they're like, they all because they're all like nerds, nerdy dudes who love Star Wars.
Yeah.
Grew up watching Star Wars and Star Trek and stuff like that.
Passed the vibe check.
Yeah. And I guess independently, both JJ and Damon, when hearing about the idea of Crash Land on an Island, that's the series, they were like, well, there's got to be mystery to it, right? So let's have like supernatural, weird ghost stuff going on, or alien stuff or something.
It's not enough to just have a crash plane.
Yeah. And then Damon was the one who he came up with the idea to do flashbacks where every episode focuses on a different character and shows flashbacks to their time before crash landing on the island, and reveals things about not only their character, but like what they're lying about. Not every character is who they seem.
Got it.
So that was all Damon. So I credit, Damon Lindelof. He's kind of a dork, and for apparently, given new revelations, not a very good manager. And I think him and JJ both have extreme failings when it comes to writing things. But that was a great idea.
Yeah. Did the child get some flashbacks?
Walt?
Was the child not what they expected to be? You said everybody is lying about something. What was the child lying about?
I don't want to spoil everything.
Was he literally had something that he was lying about?
All the characters have something going on.
He was like 6.
Yeah, I know.
Was he lying about stealing cookies from the cookie jar?
He's a very special child.
Oh no! Was the dog lying?
Honestly, like, it's weird. They brought Walt back. Okay, one, there's a character named Walt, and he's young. He's a little kid. He grew up too fast, so they had to write him off the show. But at the same time,
he killed the kid.
No. He comes back after he's grown.
Got it.
And they make him kind of like an important character towards the very end.
Got it. Okay, but what about the dog? Did the dog lie?
I don't know. I can't remember what happened to the
just
dog.
An episode that we just followed. It's a dog's life.
No, the dog never got a flashback, but the dog did. Something happened. I can't remember what happened to that stupid dog.
Stupid dog. Continue.
Given just a few days by ABC, Abrams, Lindelof, and a few writers from Alias developed an outline for a pilot episode. They also wrote a series Bible that conceived and detailed the major mythological ideas and plot points for an ideal 4 to 5 season run for the show. ABC picked up the pilot on the outline alone, which is very unusual.
Unusual.
The network felt that Alias was too serialized, so Lindelof and Abrams assured them in the Bible that the show would be self-contained. Quote, "We promise that each episode requires no knowledge of the episodes that preceded it. There is no ultimate mystery that requires solving."
You're a liar.
While such statements contradicted their true intentions, meaning they're liars, the ruse succeeded in persuading ABC to purchase the show. People might take that and be like, "See, they had no plan." See? And I was like, no, I think they had a plan for the series, but like production changes things. You know?
That's true.
Like the series definitely probably didn't like become what they planned here from the start.
Yeah, because production changes things, but budget changes things, and then also like societal climate.
Yeah, you know, kids get too old, got to write them off the show. Which means like, hey, what do you do with the dad character of that child that you just wrote off the show? Well,
they killed both the kid and the dad?
No, they wrote them off. Like they got taken off the island somehow.
Was there just one other black person? The lady?
You know, you're discussing problems that these actors had with the writing of this show that have since come to light.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah, I'll talk.
We'll get to that at the end of the segment.
I'll talk a little bit about Because the show had been commissioned late in the 2004 season's development cycle, development was constrained by tight deadlines. Lloyd Braun estimated that the whole process from writing to post-production took just 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh.
Insane.
That's not healthy.
No, not for the most expensive pilot filmed ever up to that point. Speaking of Braun, he was forced out of his position at ABC shortly after greenlighting the pilot.
Why was he forced?
He was fired.
Why?
Because of this pilot.
Oh.
Despite objections by Disney's head executives, Braun had pushed on with the filming, saying, quote, "If we are pregnant enough, they won't shut us down." So executives probably told him, yeah, this pilot's too expensive. Don't do it. And he did it anyway. So there's a lot of like going behind Disney's back on this one.
Yeah. It's a lot of, it's for your own good.
All these people feel justified, I assume.
Yeah.
With their decision because this show was such a big hit.
This is true, but y'all could be sued.
Because no script had been finalized, only a few character archetypes had been decided on, including a main character named Jack, who serves as the audience surrogate in the pilot, a role originally planned for Michael Keaton, I learned.
Michael Keaton?
Yeah, Batman.
Wasn't he like 68 at this point? Was that rude?
He's probably in his 30s.
Was that rude?
He's older than Matthew Fox, but like, you know, he was going to be like the established star to get people in the door.
Got it.
Also a middle-aged businesswoman named Kate, whose husband had apparently died in the crash.
Ah, apparently.
They changed a lot of Kate.
Yep.
Created Rose to take on that role instead.
Mm-hmm.
And a slick, suit-wearing city con man named Sawyer.
He's a conman?
Yeah.
Oh, a conman, no!
When it came time for casting, the producers decided to develop characters based on actors they liked. So basically, like, they had, like, 3 characters. Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, just they told casting directors, just send anyone to us. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter, you know, race, age, doesn't matter. Just come in, they'll read for these characters, you know.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. So, for example, Dominic Moynihan and Jorge Garcia both auditioned for the role of Sawyer. So Dominic Moynihan is he's best known for playing Mary. Yeah.
Mary or Pippin?
No, it's Mary in Lord of the Rings. And then Jorge Garcia is Hurley, the big guy. Mm-hmm. I guess he at that point he had just done an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. So I think that was like everyone recognized him from that at the time.
And they both
auditioned for the slick city con man Sawyer.
I mean, I've never seen these people in anything else. So, I mean, except I've watched the first Lord of the Rings. So I'm like, I don't know. They could be in their acting chops. I don't know.
While they weren't selected for that role, new characters were written specifically for them. You got a washed up former rock star Charlie and an unlikely lottery winner for Hurley.
Oh, he won the lottery?
That's kind of what happened to him.
That sucks.
He won the lottery and it ruined his life.
Oh.
And the numbers were bad luck, and that became a whole thing.
Oh.
The numbers are like kind of like
following
cosmically important in the Lost universe.
The number 5. I hate 5s. Sorry. Came back from Novalee. Anyway, all right. And then who else came to read for things?
Meanwhile, Korean actress Yoon Jin Kim auditioned for Kate.
Okay.
The producers were so taken with her that they developed a new character, Sun, daughter of a powerful and incredibly wealthy Korean businessman and mobster, for her.
And then she didn't speak for the whole first season.
Yeah, as well, no. More revelations, people not being who they say they are.
I mean, yes, I do know that. You did tell me that thing, but like, it was a while.
Yeah, I think it's like half of the first season. She doesn't really talk other than in Korean.
Right.
As well as the character Jin, her husband, to be portrayed by Daniel Day-Kim. Who did not speak Korean too much at the time. I saw an interview. He hadn't spoken Korean fluently since he was a kid, so that's why he had to brush up on that.
Yeah, that happens.
There was like Yoon Jin Kim is an actual like Korean television and movie star, whereas Daniel Day-Kim is just, an American TV star who had to relearn Korean.
Yep. I'm glad he was able to, though. We're not gonna like dive into it, but like American whitewashing.
Lost 2-part pilot episode was, at that point, the most expensive in history, reportedly costing between $10 million and $14 million, compared to the average cost of an hour-long pilot in 2005 of $4 million.
What beat it?
Oh, since then?
Yeah.
Oh, Westworld, I believe, took it, and then I looked it up. Like, there's another show that like was semi-recent that took it. It was like a period drama or something.
Oh, probably something like Queen Charlotte or something.
I can't remember.
It's fine.
But yeah.
That's a lot of money. And like for inflation, something beating that is wild.
Yeah. A sizable chunk of the budget went to the purchase and refurbishment of a decommissioned Lockheed 1011 aircraft to represent Flight A-15's wreckage. They just bought a decommissioned plane. That also means they had to move it from where they bought it to Hawaii, transport, and then dress it up to make it look all beat up. So that was where all the money went.
And they sawed it in half.
They had to saw it in half and all that junk. Yeah.
Where is it now?
I don't know. Maybe it's part of it's still in Hawaii somewhere, like a museum. I don't know.
Maybe it's still on the beach, but somebody turned it into a house.
No. Filming began on March 11th, 2004, with soundstage shooting in Los Angeles for scenes set inside the flight, before moving to the primary shooting location of the Hawaiian island of Oahu. Filming wrapped on April 24th, Lindelof's birthday. So like pretty much most of Lost is shot in Oahu from that point forward. Oahu, because it's basically Los Angeles on an island. Like the entire Oahu island is sort of like, you just take like the real estate of Los Angeles, like the city, pick it up and move it into the water. That's so Oahu can very easily double for LA.
Got it.
For they use it
Chicago.
to double for Iraq, for Russia, for like the Arctic somewhere.
Dang.
Canada, like the Midwest, like it's just like it's a very diverse, climate, and they could just dress it up to make it look like anywhere on the world. So
that makes
it's kind
sense.
of the perfect setting.
Yeah, because even in the first episode when he was running through the forest, I was like, those are bamboo. Is there bamboo? Is there bamboo in Hawaii? And you're like, yep, bamboo forest. And I was like, okay.
The pilot episode had its world premiere on July 24th, 2004 at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh.
And part 1 had its first ABC broadcast on September 22nd, 2004.
It's coming up.
The 19th anniversary?
September 22nd will have passed by the time you're listening to this.
Yeah, so the show's 19 years old now. Feel old.
It's doing its first year of college. It's about to start its fall semester.
Series co-creator JJ Abrams withdrew from production of Lost partway through the first season to direct Mission Impossible 3.
Oh, that bombed.
Did it?
I have no idea.
I saw it in the theater. I thought it was awesome. That movie rocks.
I just like, he moved from this incredible show to a movie, and I was just like,
he was like, hey, I've been wanting to like do a movie forever, and like I think he had done one like TV movie with Harrison Ford at some point.
Oh, well.
I don't know if it was theatrical or not. Regarding Henry is the name of that movie. It's fine.
It's something.
It's got a twist ending. You could see like where JJ Abrams like got his style or whatever, but it's a very like not very exciting movie. Anyway, so it's like he jumped at the chance to work on a Hollywood film. Abrams left Damon Lindelof and new executive producer Carlton Cuse to be showrunners for the remainder of the show's run.
Sweet.
So I want to speak on Carlton Cuse a little bit. Carlton Cuse was a TV veteran at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had worked with Lindelof on Nash Bridges, and that's how they got hooked up to showrun Lost.
Okay.
So they're like the guys. Lost used to have a podcast that it was just it was hosted by Carlton Cuse and like Damon Lindelof.
Right.
And they would just talk about like the production of the show. They would have guests on, answer questions, and talk about where the show was going, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly joking about the zombie season that never happened.
It's never too late.
But here's the thing. Carlton Cuse, being a TV veteran, came from the days of like old timey, Burbank studios. He's like the network TV guy. So he ran his writer's room like an old TV network guy. Damon was a young guy, but he deferred to Carlton Cuse's judgment on a lot of issues. The problem is when you have a guy from old school TV, you get issues like misogyny, sexism, racism, just kind of disrespect.
Yeah.
So so there was a book that was published recently, and an excerpt from the book, there was a whole chapter just on Lost, and it was about issues in the writers, prejudice or discrimination in Hollywood, and there was a chapter on the Lost writers room, and that chapter was then republished on some entertainment website, like Entertainment Weekly or Variety or something.
Okay. And
a lot of ex-writers and actors specifically called out Carlton Cuse for a toxic work environment. Harold Perrineau, who played Michael, the dad, talked about him clashing with Carlton Cuse, and then Damon Lindelof having no backbone and standing up for his people. So Damon Lindelof, they got quotes from him, and he, they asked him for comment on this chapter, and he was just like, I can't deny that my behavior at that time was not ideal, but I don't remember that happening. So he was back and forth, I don't think that happened, but also I own up to my mistakes. He sounds like a little,
but I won't enumerate the mistakes.
Yeah, he sounds like a little worm. Honestly, it made me lose a lot of respect for Damon Lindelof, even though I don't think he's a great writer. He made a great show, but hearing that, I was like, oh, he sounds like he's not even a great manager.
Yeah,
not taking care of his people. And then Carlton Cuse sounds like a monster.
Yeah,
based on some petty, the stories tell two new writers had a hit episode. They wrote an episode that turned out to be a huge hit for season 6. Critically acclaimed, good ratings. Carlton Cuse took credit in interviews for that, and then punished the two writers for having a successful episode against his wishes or something stupid.
Yeah,
they didn't pay him enough respect. Sounds like a mob boss, honestly.
Yeah.
So Carlton Cuse sounds like a real jerk. Old school kind of guy.
And this is why we strike. This is
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. So Carlton Cuse and Damon Lindelof were the showrunners for the whole run. And while they had success and the show is good in a lot of places, at the same time, it might not have been the best place to work for some people.
Yeah,
so that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
but that's all I got for the making of Lost. Sorry to end that on a bummer, but we can jump back into the show and talk about the first episode, Pilot, which is one of the most clever television show titles of all time. Why is it clever?
Because pilot. Because the plane. Because we're going to find the plane and the pilot.
It's not only the pilot episode of the show. Every show has a pilot episode, and generally the title of a pilot episode is just called Pilot. There are 1,000 episodes of TV called Pilot.
Yeah.
But in Lost, it's a play on words because they have to find the pilot of the plane.
Yep. They're like, if you're going to make us do this, we're going to do it.
And the pilot of Lost is 2 hours long. It's a almost feature-length episode of he's like a feature-length episode of television. We decided to only watch the first half, so we watched Pilot Part 1. I have some clips from Part 2 just to introduce some characters that didn't really get a lot of speaking lines in Part 1, but we watched Part 1.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about that.
All right, Lost. Pilot. Where do you want to start?
On the beach.
Okay, well, all right, so here's what I did, actually. Here's where we're going to start. I've got every character kind of I got a clip for every character.
Okay.
The driving force of Lost in a lot of ways is its cast. You know, I think people get hung up on the mystery stuff like, oh, Lost has all these unanswered questions. One, it doesn't. If you read between the lines, you can easily answer every mystery in the show just given the context clues. It's just like just critical think a little bit. It doesn't even need to be like a theory thing. You know, you need to like craft like theories and have like the Charlie Day string graph up there. You know, it's like, no, just think a little bit, like connect the dots, like just a little bit, you know? So I'm sorry, I want to rant a little bit.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me finish my thought. Don't get hung up on the mysteries with Lost. It's more so a show about characters. It's the journey of the characters, and I feel like, by and large, that's Lost's greatest strength. I think it does a very good job on making the characters believable. They have motivations, and you enjoy being with these people and seeing how they grow and change, and how the extreme circumstances they're confronted with change them, affect them. That's Lost's strength. So the characters are the most important thing, and that's why we're just going to talk about the main cast of Lost, and then, you know, the events around them we'll talk about as we talk about the characters. But just to rant about the mysteries of Lost, in part 2 of the pilot, Jack, the main character, and some of his friends get attacked by a polar bear in the jungles of Hawaii, or of this island. A polar bear. And
A polar bear.
Why the heck is there a polar bear on this island? And that is a mystery that people get really hung up on. Like, they never explain why there are polar bears on the island. And I'm like, yes, they did in the first episode of season 3. Because, spoilers, Jack gets abducted by some like other, like they're called the Others, but basically they're just a group of other people. Most of these others are like holdouts from a science group that came to the island to investigate it. Like, because the island has supernatural qualities, and when there's a location on the earth that have supernatural qualities, scientists are going to go there to study it. So a group of scientists came to the island to study the supernatural energies of the island.
Right.
Part of that was, hey, let's bring a bunch of exotic animals to the island and see how this affects them. In the first episodes of season 3, the Others take Jack. Take Jack as prisoner and lock him in a polar bear cage. That is why there are polar bears in the island. Scientists brought them there. That's it. With the context clues, you don't have to be told, oh yes, in the 70s, a group of scientists brought polar bears to the island to research them. It's like, no, you just think about it for like a second. That's it. That's the answer. As soon as you see a polar bear cage on the island,
you're like, oh, okay.
in a 20-year-old research facility, you could just assume, oh, cool, these researchers probably brought it there.
Not cool, cruel and unusual.
And some of them escaped. Like, come on. Think things through, people.
No thoughts. Just accusations.
Anyway, the mysteries aren't important to Lost, I think. You know, like they're there to drive the character development for the most part.
Okay.
Let's talk characters.
All right.
So, first character, the one named really so far.
Jack? Sawyer? Kate. Those are the only names I know. And Harley.
Hey, you! Come here! I need you to get this woman away from these fumes. Take her over there. Stay with her. If her contractions occur any closer than 3 minutes apart, call out for me.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Okay?
Hey! What's your name? Jack!
He's a veterinarian.
He is not.
He's
Jack
a vegetarian.
He's a successful Los Angeles doctor named Jack.
He does plastic surgery.
No, just normal surgery. Spinal surgeries.
So that's not a normal surgery? Yikes.
Jack's the main character. He's the audience surrogate. They named him Jack Shepherd on purpose because Jack is the most like generic name, and Shepherd is like you just shepherd people. Also, like kind of has that Jesus Christ element to it.
Jesus Christ superstar element.
Jack. He's
running around trying to help people in this crash.
Yeah, because how does the show open up?
He's lying down in a forest and a dog wakes him up.
Yep, and he like is disoriented, and you're like, "Who's this guy? Why is he dressed in a suit? Why is he, waking up in this bamboo forest? What's going on?" And he like walks out of the forest and sees on the beach
half a plane and chaos.
Yep. So, and I think this speaks to Jack's character. As he's disoriented for a second, and as soon as he starts seeing like people in need, he like jumps into action. Like Jack is a man of action. He's a natural leader, and that's why I think a lot of people like defer to his judgment on stuff.
Sorry, that's like one of those like character arcs that is like, I don't know, man. I'm quick to action. Don't put me in charge of anything, though.
You remind me a lot of Jack in that way.
You need to shut your whole face hole. Absolutely not.
So you heard it from that clip. Jack like runs to a pregnant woman who's on the beach who is like experienced contractions, and like he's like, oh my gosh, there's a vulnerable pregnant woman standing next to like this burning
jet fuel
plane.
flames.
Yeah. Let's get her out of here. You know, make sure when the baby's okay. Baby's okay.
Make sure the mother's okay.
Yeah, both of those things. And then he yells at another guy and is like, he does this from like basically the first 10 minutes, like ordering people around, like, hey, and giving instructions. Hey, go do this, help this person out. Like he's.
Yeah. But I mean, that's also not necessarily like, oh, I'm in charge, so listen to me. That's like one of those things you do in a hectic situation because everybody is so confused about something. If you give somebody direct tasks to do and they do it, it calms the chaos because they're like, I can focus on this and do this, and then 2 things are out of the way while you can do a bunch of stuff.
But not everyone does that. Like, you know, it's a fight or flight situation, and like Jack's a fighter, you know, like he's gonna give their direction, you know, he's taking action where some of these people are just like freaking
standing
out.
Screaming in place. I was like, what is that girl doing? What it was very upsetting.
I just think it's funny that like Jack, like within the kayfabe of the show, right? Like Jack being this type of guy, like makes him a main character, you know?
Main character energy.
He inserts himself in there as a main character. And it's kind of funny, like the show has meta moments sometimes because like it's clear who the main characters are because that's like the camera focuses on these. It's like these 10 people. They're the main characters of the show. Everyone else like does not matter. Yeah. You know, and like there's just like randos in the background constantly that are just like there for the ride.
They're like, I'm here in Hawaii.
And I guess like there had been some like fan feedback at some point saying like, how come there's just like these randos we keep seeing in the background that don't do anything or say anything? So in season 3, Lindelof and Hughes wrote a pair of characters that were like, they referred to them as red shirts, and they were called Nikki and Paolo. And like they're just kind of like, remember me's, you know, like they're just like characters that like they start addressing the main characters as if they know them, and it's like, we've been here the whole time, what are you talking about, you know? And the problem is it was so jarring that the fans rejected them. They were like, we hate Nikki and Paolo, they suck, who are they? they act like they've been here the whole time, but it's like, who are these people? And it's like, hello fellow teenagers type of thing. It's like, hello fellow main cast members, we're Nikki and Paolo.
That probably is.
So it sucks so bad that they got killed.
Oh no!
Killed off in the funniest way possible.
They do keep killing off the children.
They were buried alive.
Oh my gosh! So I was sitting here thinking, I was like, oh, I think you told me about this. There's like Snoop Dogg Passenger, but that's from Scrubs.
That's Scrubs. Scrubs did it the right way. Like make jokes about extras in the background and slowly introduce them as endearing, funny characters. Here, Nikki and Paolo were literally just, hey, remember me? It's like, no, who are you?
Did they come up to them first? Because I'm like, I'm sitting here like as a writer, I'd be like, what you would have like Jack or Kate or Sawyer, the only names I know, would be like, hey, Paolo, come over here. Can you do X, Y, and Z?
That might have happened, but they're just like, who's that?
Yeah.
You know, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
It was clunky. And that's the thing. It's like Lost is not a perfect show. Far from it. But it's one of those funny things that like makes you think about like the making of a television show.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's talk more characters. Who's the second lead?
Catherine.
That'd be Kate. I think she is Catherine, by the way.
Ha!
Excuse me. Did you ever use a needle?
What?
Did you ever patch a pair of jeans?
I made the drapes in my apartment.
That's fantastic. Listen, do you have a second? I could use a little help here.
Help with what?
With this. Look, I do it myself. I'm a doctor, but I just can't reach
You
it.
can sew that up.
It's just like the drapes, same thing.
No, with the drapes, I use a sewing machine.
No, you can do this, I'm telling you. If you wouldn't mind.
So Jack sees Kate walking around, and he's like kind of off on his own, trying to sew up a giant gash he has in his side, but he can't reach. So he asks Kate to sew him up.
Yeah.
And that's what you call a meet cute.
It is what you would call a meet cute.
Because that's like the big, like, will they, won't they of the show. It's like, will Jack and Kate get together?
Right.
And it's an on again, off again relationship.
There's only so many options on an island.
Yeah. And Kate has...
Paulo?
I think Kate has I think generally it's just the triangle for Kate. So there's it's Jack or Kate or Sawyer and Kate. That's the big love triangle for Kate.
Yeah.
It becomes a love quadrangle later there's 2 love quadrangles because
Is Isaid in one of them?
no, Michelle Rodriguez shows up on the show as another more survivors of Oceanic 815. She was on the tail section that landed elsewhere on the island.
Got it.
But she shows up and she's part of a love quadrangle with Jack and Sawyer and Kate.
Which one does she like? All of
Sawyer
them?
and Jack.
Oh, dang it. I was hoping you were going to say Sawyer and Kate.
No.
That would have
that would have been interesting, but I think maybe a little too progressive for this show.
Yeah. Hey, fan fiction.
And then there was another character who was introduced way later named Juliet, who was also part of the quadrangle
That's
because
dumb.
Michelle Rodriguez died.
No, because she had to go
Spoilers.
back to
Spoilers.
Fast and Furious franchise.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, so they're I think it's so freaking funny that Evangeline Lilly keeps getting cast in projects that involve a love triangle. I think when she was cast in The Hobbit, she told the writers, no love triangles, please. And they're like, no problem. And then Peter Jackson, had production problems and they had to reshoot. And part of the reshoots involved adding a love triangle to the plot.
I was like, it's in my contract not to, so I guess you're going to have to reshoot everything. Bye now.
And then Evangeline Lilly gave us the best movie quote of all time. Why does it hurt so much?
Because you were betrayed by your contract.
I say, why does it hurt so much? Often.
Very often. Very often. He's always hurting, kids.
Aren't we all?
Yes.
Speaking of hurting, in the side. Jack, hey, there's that Jesus Christ parallel. He was struck in the side by bamboo. Just like Jesus was pierced on the side.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyway,
she helps to sew him up.
Yep, she sews him up.
Like a drape.
Get a little bit of Jack
expository
philosophizing. Yeah.
You don't seem afraid at all. I don't understand that.
Well, fear is sort of an odd thing. When I was in residency, my first solo procedure was a spinal surgery on a 16-year-old kid. A girl. And at the end, after 13 hours, I was closing her up and I accidentally ripped her dural sac. And the terror was just so crazy. So real. And I knew I had to deal with it. So I just made a choice. I'd let the fear in, let it take over, let it do its thing. But only for 5 seconds. That's all I was going to give it. So I started to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it was gone. I went back to work, sewed her up, and she was fine.
What are you going to do when you have to edit that?
That's fine. I already had to cut the clip. That's that part of that quote grosses me out. I took my headphones off, but it was a long clip. But I think it's a good, some of the best character work of this pilot episode. I think it's kind of interesting for a big disaster, big budget show. It's like they allowed themselves to have little quiet moments where the characters just talk for a little while. It's nice. And it makes the show feel more filmic. Yeah.
I will say, I think it is definitely a very interesting, not just character thing, but that's, I don't know. When I'm in for me, everybody's built different. But the idea to give yourself any time to feel that fear before or in the moment is wild to me. You press that crap down until you're through. You will not, for me, I was like, I can't. once it starts, 5 seconds, I've lost control of it. It's like you press it down, you deal with that later, alone on the beach while you're trying to sew yourself up.
Hardcore.
No. Mediocre.
Speaking of that love triangle thing, it's like the people who are big into Jack and Kate, you know what they were called?
Jakes.
Jaders. And then the Sawyers and Kates were the skaters. And if I'm remembering correctly, on the Lost podcast, Lindelof and Hughes said that Jaders would send them sewing kits to convince them to keep Jack and Kate together.
Wow.
And I don't know if this is true, but they said skaters send them skateboards.
That's way more expensive. They definitely should have gone with
so that's why I think that was a joke.
Yeah. I wonder, have the cast ever talked about, like, I wonder, even though, like, Evangeline Lilly, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I have more acting chops than being stuck between. I wonder if her having known, like, played her character for so long and knowing her character, if she was like, Kate, honestly, in the end, probably would have leaned towards X or Z.
I'm not sure.
That's an interesting take, right? Like, because you know that when you're playing somebody for so long.
Right. Evangeline Lilly also, like, this is like one of her very, very first big starring roles, you know? And I think she in years since has talked about, like, her inexperience and how she allowed people to, like, push like, they pushed her into situations she wouldn't have done as a seasoned actor.
Right.
So, for example, like, she talked about, like, I hate the love triangle stuff, but also it's like, you know, if I was a more experienced actress, I would have pushed back on having to take my shirt off so often.
Yeah.
So it's like that's an unfortunate thing with Kate all the time. It's like she's constantly bathing or like changing on camera.
I'm really glad that we've moved to this place of having intimacy coordinators on sets for things like this to negotiate stuff, because like there are people who don't know how to advocate for themselves, and having someone that is specifically there to advocate, to be like, no, you don't have to do that. You look uncomfortable. No, you look uncomfortable. Let's really talk through this, you know?
Yeah. But also it's you know, it sounds like she had fun too, because she, I think, was somebody who insisted on doing some of her own stunts. You know?
That's pretty
like, hey, I want to climb that tree.
Yeah.
You know, and so I was like, you know, that's fun.
That's fun. I'm gonna climb that tree.
Anything else you want to say about Jack or Kate? Like, they're the two main characters.
Nope. That's really all they do this episode. They sew each other up and walk into a forest.
Yeah, we'll talk about their adventure in a second. But let's meet more characters. Who want to meet next?
Not Sawyer. You only see him light up a cigarette. You see nothing
We'll talk
else.
Sawyer at the end because he doesn't do anything in part one.
Hurley.
So, I was just looking inside the fuselage. It's pretty grim in there. Do you think we should do something about the, BODYS?
What are you spelling, man? Bodies?
BODIES.
That sounds like a good idea.
Hurley, big lovable guy. We learned about he's an unlucky guy.
Yeah, he didn't expect that full-on 10-year-old to know how to spell bodies.
You got the thing is, you have to, like, Hurley's just kind of like a lovable simpleton in some ways. You know, it's like you know, it's just like the way he is. You know.
Sorry, you saying that, I was like, oh yeah, whatever. It's a character. I was like, that's a little rude, but it's a character, it's not a person. But then my brain went back to, like, he auditioned. They're like, we're gonna build a character just for you, a simpleton.
Well, no, like he doesn't look like a movie star. It's like Matthew Fox is and Evangeline Lilly. It's like they're two beautiful people, you know, like that are like traditionally attractive television star people. You know, like Jack has a just
constant shower.
He has a constant 5 o'clock shadow. You know, like he's you know muscular, you know, and fit. You know, and Kate is just like a movie star looker. You know. You know, even like Sawyer, played by Josh Holloway, just like, yeah, you look like a model, you know. Hurley is just a big, heavy dude with long hair that, like, he had already. Like, he looks like more like an everyman than everyone else on the show. Yeah, like he looks like the type of guy that you know that you would just see out in the world somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I feel like when we were watching it, I had said this. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I said it. But I was like, Jack, no offense to my guy who will never listen to this. He's not really attractive.
Matthew Fox?
Yeah.
He's traditionally attractive.
I guess. I just, maybe for me, I don't I don't see it and I'm like, okay, but I was like, Hurley has beautiful curly hair and he's got really pretty eyes and I was like, oh no, like I would like say like more attractive, like facially. And then I really don't remember what Sawyer looks like. You only see him in a little bit, but I kind of remember he has a really great jawline, but I don't really like blonde men. So like, I'm like, I mean, of the three, the person that I would like look at for longer and be like, okay, but I'm married and that would be the end of it, would probably be Hurley. So, but I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It's funny, like, especially like basically from like, the first 2 seasons, it's like these people, like there are mysteries on the show, but the first 2 seasons in particular about them, like, hey, we got to survive on this island. We're like trying to build a raft and trying to get a radio working. We're trying to like just survive on this island together. Right. Mm-hmm. And throughout the first 2 seasons, it's like everyone starts hooking up with each other. Yeah. Like Survivor. I don't know if they do that. I'm thinking like the real world, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I think you're thinking about the real world.
But like, yeah, they start pairing off. Like, obviously, Jack and Kate like are an item for a little bit. You know, like other characters find people. And I think Hurley, you have to start like considering it's like, hey, Hurley, he needs love too. Right. Mm-hmm. So like Hurley at some point is given a love interest. And it's like, and Hurley has character arcs where he's worried about his weight and certain things like that. So they give Hurley a lot to do. And Jorge Garcia is such a like likable person. Like he's a very charismatic. You know what I mean? So it's just like Hurley is naturally likable. Yeah.
Okay. We're not talking about the show. And I'm not talking about because I don't want it to be unhealthy or anything. But like some stuff with survival things like this, things that like take me out a little bit. Like when I was watching Walking Dead, which did not last long, there was like silly little things where I was like, everyone's so clean shaven in the end of the world. These women need more hair on their legs because if I'm running for my life, I don't care about shaving. Or like, I don't know what the food situation is like or anything, but I was just like, one, I'm not being like, oh, Jorge, you need to lose weight. Like, because I'm not saying it like that, but I was like, oh man, but you're trapped on an island for a very long time. I didn't continue watching. I don't know that the show, it was like, maybe they find a bunch of food supply or something like that. But I'm like, I don't know. Like if part of it is like, is that realistic?
Well, they do call attention to that. They're
yeah.
Like, hey, Hurley, like, how come you haven't lost any weight? And he's been hoarding food. Yeah.
Okay. And also, just to double back a little bit, when I was talking about handsome men on the show, it's like, if we're saying traditionally handsome, I'm like, oh, you mean white. So I didn't count.
Whoa.
So I didn't count any. That's if you're talking about Hollywood and like how people are cast, traditionally handsome means European and white.
Well, no, like Harold Perrineau is also a traditionally attractive man.
Which one's Harold?
Michael, the dad.
No, again, yes, I agree, but I'm like, it's like names. It's not that I disagree, but I was like, I know I didn't say the other people in like the other men in there. We're not trying to rank a bunch of things. And then also I don't know names, but just between those three is what I was saying. I don't know why I'm explaining that to you. Mostly because I was like, no, there are other people who are far more handsome than any of these three guys on this island.
That's fine. I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah. No, you're not.
I'm just saying, like, Hurley is not traditionally attractive, even though, people find him attractive.
Yeah. Okay. We agree.
Yeah.
The word traditional is weird.
But the thing I think, unfortunately, now is, like, anytime he's cast in anything, he's just Hurley.
Yeah.
He's trapped in Hurley.
Oh, yeah. That is. Typecasting is the worst.
Well, I mean, they wrote it for him, so it's like he is kind of Hurley, like, physically. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what can that guy do now?
Yeah.
He's always going to be Hurley. Weezer released an album that was called Hurley, and it was just a picture of his face.
Good job, I guess.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Who do you want to talk about next?
Drug guy.
Charlie.
I really was saying Sebastian in my head. I'm glad I didn't do that.
Can I ask you something?
Me? I'll be thrilled. I've been waiting.
Have you ever met anywhere?
No. That would be unlikely. I look familiar, though, right?
Yeah.
Can't quite place it.
No, I can't.
Yeah. I think I know.
You do?
You all, everybody. You all, everybody.
You never heard that song?
I've heard it. I just don't know what the
That's
hell.
us. Drive Shaft. Look, the ring. Second tour of Finland. You never heard of Drive Shaft?
The band.
Yeah, the band.
You were in Drive Shaft.
I am in Drive Shaft. I play bass.
Serious?
Yeah, Charlie. Track 3, you know, I do backing
My
vocals.
friend Beth would freak. She loves you guys.
Give me Beth's number, I'll call her. I'd love to. Does she live
You ever
nearby?
heard of Drive Shaft?
You all, everybody. You all, everybody.
The singing sounds like you doing a bit.
It does. So Charlie is a member of a British band called Drive Shaft, and now that I know this, I'm like, oh, they're a Britpop band. They're like an Oasis type Britpop band.
And you hate Britpop.
And so like the 90s are over, like their career is faded, and now Charlie's kind of like this washed up rock star. Drive Shaft, like they sound like just like a one hit wonder. Like they had the one song, You All Everybody, and then
Did you hear the song at any point in the show? Did they
yes.
write a song?
Yes, they did.
Did you go back and listen to it and be like, yep, that's Britpop and I hate it?
Yeah, sort of. One could say we're ending the show with it.
Oh, no.
Or the segment, at least. Anyway, so Charlie, unfortunately, you know, being a rock star so young, he picked up some habits. So he is addicted to heroin throughout the run of the show. It's a big deal for him. You know, it's like his main thing. How does a rock star druggie, you know, exist on this deserted island? You know, how does he confront withdrawals and, you know, the need for heroin and stuff like that? He also he snorts heroin, which is weird.
That's not how you heroin.
No. But
we know this from Google, guys.
I think on the Lost podcast, Damon Lindelof was like, it's a convenience thing. You know, it's like, he even said, he's like, the only person I've ever seen in media snort heroin is Mia Wallace in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
And she dies immediately. Or she almost dies. She goes
she definitely ODs.
Yeah, she ODs. And he goes, but at the same time, it's like, we can't have him having to get the spoon out and injecting the heroin every time he needs to shoot up. So let's just have him snort it.
Why couldn't you just say it was cocaine then?
I don't know. I didn't write the show.
But
they had to have him hide it in little baggies. So he has a little bit of heroin left.
Got it. We only know how to do drugs from Google Kids.
Yeah. In Breaking Bad.
No, in Breaking Bad. Media has taught us a lot. Okay.
Yep. And anything else about Charlie? He's
a very tall man.
He's not.
No.
He's a hobbit.
She's a scaredy cat. Nah. Is he?
Yeah, I think so. He's shifty. You don't know he's on drugs in this first episode. He's really shifty though, because he wants to go with Jack and Kate
on an adventure.
He wants to go to find the pilot and find the front of the plane. And we find out later it's because Charlie was trying to flush his heroin in the toilet when he was found out right before the plane crash. So he stashed all his heroin in the bathroom in the front of the plane. So it makes sense for him to want to go on search for the front of the plane because he wants to get it. And he does. Gotta get his drugs.
Gotta get them drugs.
Where are the drugs, Denny?
What kind of drugs, Denny?
Yeah, it's a bet for Charlie though. He's one of those long running characters on the show. You know, he's there for a long time.
Yep. Yeah, yes. I guess. I don't know. And then Isaid.
Saeed?
I only know that name because I went to school with an Isaid.
No, just Saeed.
Oh, it's Saeed?
Just Saeed.
Wow, then I don't even know his name.
Hey, you. What's your name?
Me? Charlie.
Charlie. We need help with the fire. No one will see it if it isn't big.
Okay, I'm on it. What's your name?
Saeed.
Saeed, I'm on it, Saeed.
So Saeed is he's another one of those guys who asserts himself as a main character because he knows what he's doing. You could tell it's like, oh man, this guy's a survivalist. He's making fires and giving people instructions and stuff like that.
Sweet.
Saeed is a very likable character.
Yeah.
And so okay. I got one clip from part 2 because I really like this exchange.
Okay. And
in this scene, they've brought back the transponder or transceiver from the front of the plane, and it's not working. So Saeed volunteers to try and get it working again.
Right.
How do you know how to do all that?
I was a military communications officer.
Oh, yeah? You ever see battle?
I fought in the Gulf War.
No way. I got a buddy who fought over there. He was in the 104th Airborne. What are you, Air Force? Army?
The Republican Guard.
And that is Saeed revealing to Hurley that he's Iraqi.
Yeah.
Which is super interesting in 2004.
Yeah.
I think it was very smart and interesting for the writers to say, hey, we want an Iraqi on this plane.
Yeah.
And also,
he's not the reason that... Cut that. Cut that. I just, like, it's a good, like, in the, like, yeah, he's here and he's for people. Like, he wants to help to get everyone home, and he was not the cause of this terrible thing.
But I guarantee that the writers played on fears of the time. It's like, oh my gosh, a plane crash and there was an Iraqi on the plane. There are definitely some viewers, especially because half the show is like revealing what actually happened in these people's lives before the plane crash and up to the plane crash. People, I'm sure there were viewers at home who thought, that Saeed guy, I don't trust him.
So
they're playing on fears and anxieties and prejudices of
2004
of 2004 Americans. Yeah.
This is upsetting for a number of reasons, but the biggest reason being, yet again, you said there were 3 characters and people came in to read for those characters and they said, you know what? I think we're going to cast you.
Well, no, I don't think so. Saeed actually, I think, was one of those exceptions where they didn't. They, I think, they knew they wanted to have a Middle Eastern character on the plane. So somebody had worked with Naveen Andrews, who plays Saeed, elsewhere, and said, "Oh, Naveen's great, and he's a great actor."
Was he in The Mummy?
I don't know. Was he? The only thing I know of when he was a teenager, he starred in a little TV show called Buddha of Suburbia.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's a British guy, so he's doing an accent here.
What's his name?
Naveen Andrews.
Oh, he was in 8 Cents. That's forever from now. I don't know. I'm gonna look through it. I'm not as good of a looker as you. He was in Rollerball. Either
way, it's so funny. It's like, you know, I'm doing this research and talking about the show. I'm reminded of like where all these characters go throughout the run of Lost, you know? And it's just like, Saeed is such a cool character. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking back to his whole arc and I was like, yeah, I really like Saeed.
Yeah.
You know, like there's just some characters on this show where I'm just like, man, I really like that character. You know, Charlie's a good character, but I don't like Charlie. You know, I wouldn't want to hang out with Charlie.
Fair.
Saeed, I'd hang out with Saeed. I'd hang out with Hurley. But anyway,
what about Pablo?
What's that his name?
I don't
it's
know.
Paulo. No. Bury him.
Terrible.
Guy's a chump. He's a jobber. They really did cast a couple jobbers. Talking about the implications of having an Iraqi on a downed plane. I want to play another clip from part two.
Did you know I was going to ask that question?
No, but this seemed appropriate. Also, I need to introduce Sawyer. So here we go.
Think of this friend. You want some more of me, boy? Tell everyone what you told me. Tell them that I crashed the plane. Go on. Tell them I made the plane crash. Buddy. What is going on? What's going on?
Look, my kid found these in the jungle. And this guy was sitting in the back row of business class the whole flight. Never got up. Hands folded underneath the blanket. And for some reason, just pointing this out, the guy I saw next to him didn't make it.
Thank you so much for observing my behavior.
You don't think I saw him pull you out of line before we boarded him? Come on, bring it!
So it's like the show knew what it was doing. So even Sawyer, who I'll talk about in a second, this sleazy con man, is also a racist.
Yeah.
Which is not surprising.
No.
Like, Sawyer's not a good person.
They're not unconnected.
And he redeems himself. Like, that's the thing. I think like he's probably got the biggest redemption arc of the show, you know, because he like learns to be more selfless and everything, you know, and understanding. And like, he's actually like, he becomes a good person. Like, honestly, more of a hero than Jack is. Like, him and Jack almost have like a double turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But before this, here we go. Sawyer, like, you know, being racist, calling out,
saying the thing out loud,
saying the quiet part aloud, and then also like through the writing of the show, subtly revealing that it's like, you know, commenting on the racism of society.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't think I saw them pull you out of line before we boarded, and it's just like, yeah, unfortunately, that would be something that would happen.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
Yeah,
poor Saeed. And it's just like Saeed might be one of the most honorable people on that plane.
Yeah. I don't know much. I think he has a wife and daughter, and that's all I know.
No, he's got a a long lost love that he's
Okay.
searching for.
Cool.
And she was in Australia, and that's why he was there to go visit her or something. I can't remember if she passed away while he was there. Something happened. Like, they'd been separated for so long, and then he found her. You know,
Yeah.
that's why he was in Australia at the time. Because most of season 1 is revealing why each of the characters was in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Because Oceanic Flight A15 is flying from Australia to the U.S. to Los Angeles. So all of these characters were in Australia for some reason, and now they're all flying back to L.A. And
Right.
the show is like, well, what were they doing there? You know, and they're all doing something interesting in Australia at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the writers said we want an international cast on
Right.
purpose.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I probably will never actually watch the show because this sounds like too much for me. But okay, I guess we're talking about Sawyer then.
Sawyer. So I don't have any other clips for Sawyer, but I do because I remembered this story from watching the DVD featurettes, and I found it on YouTube. Josh Holloway, who plays Sawyer, tells a story of how he was cast. So he auditioned for the character Sawyer,
Right.
who at the time was more like a slick suit-wearing con man. And Josh Holloway, you know, he's got the accent. He's kind of a rugged dude. He doesn't really fit that type.
Right.
But he tells the story of his audition, and I thought it was very interesting.
I go to do the reading for JJ and Damon, and on the breakdown it said, Slick City Con Man, and he's from Buffalo.
You want to know about me? Oh, yeah. Sure, if you like. I was born in Pittsburgh. Father died when I was 2, mother when I was 4. Moved to Buffalo. Lived with my aunt and uncle. She sat around on her fat ass all day while he ran scams.
About halfway through it, I got stuck. Couldn't figure it out, so I just kicked a chair into the wall. And then it all came back to me, so I finished out the monologue, and I think that's probably what got me the job. They were like, ooh, yeah, we're looking for a salty kind of guy like that.
So he just kicked a chair during his audition, and that got him the job.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that in my next job interview. I'm gonna kick a chair into a wall. Do you
I'm
think
just-
I could get it?
Well, he definitely made an impression. You know what I mean? I thought that was funny. You know,
Yeah.
and it created, like, it informed the character that he would play, where he's like not a slick, smooth talking con man. He's more of like a grizzly, you know,
Hot-tempered.
type of guy. You know, who can clean himself up to play a con man. He could be suave, but generally he's just like, you know, kind of rugged.
Got it.
And that's Sawyer. We don't learn too much about him in these first 2 episodes.
We
but
don't.
Like in part 1, you see him light a cigarette and he walks across the frame. That's it.
The dad?
Michael
Yeah.
and his son.
Yeah.
What's his son's name?
Winton.
Walt. That's
Walt.
like freaking Michael. I'm sure half his lines are shouting Walt.
Got it.
Especially towards the end of season 1, where he's just shouting Walt continually. Oh, by the way, this is also a clip from part 2, because again, it was hard to find good introduction clips for these characters.
Right.
But here's Walt and Michael from part 2.
Hey! What did I tell you after everything that's happened?
I thought maybe Vincent would be
I
around.
told you to stay on the beach.
This is so close to the beach. I thought this would be
Don't
okay.
do that. You listen to me. I mean what I said. You understand?
Yep. That's kind of like their dynamic. You know, Walt, he's like a free spirit. He does his own thing. He doesn't listen to his dad. And Michael is constantly having to, like, correct him. Yeah.
I don't know. Parent?
Basically.
Yeah.
But you learn that, like, Michael is his biological father. But he did not raise Walt. His mom did.
Got it. In Australia?
Yes.
Ah.
And I have another clip from part 2. This is just Walt sharing his backstory. Give me a sec.
You play checkers with your pop?
No. I live in Australia with my mom.
You have no accent.
Yeah, I know. We move a lot. She got sick. She died a couple of weeks ago,
You're having a bad month.
I guess.
Is the secret that he killed his mom?
No.
Okay.
No, but Walt's mom sent a letter to Michael saying, I am dying of the cancer. Please come pick up your son. So
Fair.
Michael now has to parent a child he barely knows.
Yeah. At least he
wasn't
came and
there
pick him
for, and also have to take care of him on an island.
Yeah.
So he's like trying to take the dad role seriously, but Walt doesn't respect him.
Mm-hmm. That's fair, I guess.
It's a
Ugh.
decent character arc for both of them, you know. The problem is like the actor who plays Walt got too old too fast.
Yeah.
Because he's just a preteen here, but he becomes a full-on teenager by season 2. Or honestly, like by the start of season 2, he had already become too old and his voice had changed.
Oh, wow.
So they're like, gotta get this kid out of here. Gotta get him out of here. Write him out. Have him get abducted by the others.
By the others? Oh, that sucks.
Yep.
And then when he comes back, it's like they gave me aging juice.
No, basically I think they don't bring him back until like season 5.
Well, did the kid do any other work at least?
I don't know what he's up to.
I also didn't.
Michael, Harold Perrineau, again, this also came out in that chapter of that book that was released. Harold Perrineau at that point, it's like, hey, your character, Michael, his big relationship was just written off the show. Partly because the kid was too old.
Yeah.
What do we do with your character? And I think to his dissatisfaction, they didn't have a lot to do for Michael. So he pushed back on Carlton Cuse specifically and said, hey, hold on. I'm a black single father and my son was just abducted. Why is Michael not more concerned about this?
Yeah.
He's concerned, but not in the way that me, a black man, would know him to be.
Yeah.
So I can't speak for that, but it sounds like from Harold Perrineau's perspective, the writers weren't doing enough to make Michael's reaction to having his child abducted more realistic to his experience.
They really said deadbeat.
And when he tried to express himself to the writers, they took that as insubordination or like disrespect. Like, how dare you tell us how to write our show? And he, from his perspective, he was punished and written off the show.
Yeah.
So I don't know their side of the story because they either completely, were spineless like Damon Lindelof is like, well, I'm sorry you felt that way. I don't know. I don't remember that, or maybe they had their own reasons they didn't comment on. But yeah, from Harold Perrineau's perspective, it didn't sound very good.
Yeah. Sucks.
Yep. And it kind of sucks because it's like having a father and son on the island, who have a troubled relationship. That's an interesting decision, but like they don't really do it. Like I don't remember them doing a whole lot with it.
Yeah.
Other than it's kind of like one note here. It's like what you just heard about Michael. Like you got to listen to me. You understand? That's kind of like that's it for the whole season. And like we learned about their backstory, but like they don't really go through a whole lot of change. In that season.
Yeah, that sucks. Like there's definitely a lot you can do with it. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. There's not much I can comment on other than the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
And Walt wants his dog Vincent, which is the Labrador that keeps running around.
I mean, that's like even that is an interesting thing. Like, hey, the only thing that I know that is familiar is this dog.
Yeah. And you learn that I said Walt's a special boy. It's like he has like some kind of spiritual energy around him, that they allude to. But one, I think because the actor was getting too old, they couldn't elaborate on it directly.
Yeah.
So that became like the island is spiritual or, supernatural in some way. And Walt has a natural connection with the supernatural.
So it was Walt's fault. The island felt Walt coming across it in the sky and pulled the plane down.
No, I think it was more like it was fate for all of them. They all needed the island. The island. I think it's like, fate versus that's another thing. It's like fate versus chance is a big theme in the show, and science versus faith is a big theme of the show. So it's like, were they all destined based on where they were at in life to land on this island? Maybe, and it was Walt destined to be there because of his connection with the spiritual realms, maybe.
Right.
And so him connecting with this dog who's like, like I think animals on the show also kind of represent that like connection between the spiritual, supernatural, and the physical that we all inhabit, And
that's
so
why
Vincent's kind of like that bridge. So Walt having a connection with Vincent also shows he has connection with the supernatural around him.
Okay.
And that's why everyone calls him a special boy.
Weird.
Yeah.
I thought you were just saying that, but people call him a special boy?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Your son is very special.
That's weird.
Anyway, who do you want to talk about next?
Young, dumb, and rich kids.
Okay. Well, we got to meet Boone first because that's actually one of the first characters that Jack meets.
Okay.
When Jack is out there saving lives during the plane crash.
Look, if you've got a list of how you want to go through this, just do it,
No.
sir.
Well,
I don't
well,
know anyone's name.
I'm just jumping back.
I don't know who a Boone is.
Boone is, we'll hear him.
Stop. Her head's not tilted far back enough. You're blowing air into her stomach.
Sure? That's exactly what I was doing. I'm a lifeguard. I'm licensed.
Yeah, well, you need to seriously think about giving that license back.
Maybe we should do one of those whole things. Maybe we stick the pen in the throat.
Yeah, good idea. You go get me a pen.
And this is why you give tasks to idiots in a chaos situation.
And Boone is an idiot.
Get out of my way. Yep, go do that thing. Go find something while we take care of this.
Boone sucks. I hate Boone. He's also the first character to die in the show. Well deserved.
Aw.
Spoilers.
I mean, that's fair. I've definitely watched shows where it's like, why isn't this person dying sooner?
Like, Boone, him and his sister are on the island together. They're two rich kids.
Young, dumb, and rich.
They're young, dumb, and rich. And Boone, I think, thinks himself as, more resourceful than he is.
Mm-hmm.
And, when he is cut down and shown that, no, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're doing. He, takes that personally and, is trying to become a legitimate survivalist. He's trying to learn, one of the older members of the cast who we haven't really met yet takes Boone under his wing to teach him how to survive.
Right.
And I'm like, that's interesting. He has a bit of an arc, but also he sucks. I don't they're just unlikable characters. I don't like Boone and I don't like his sister Shannon.
Yeah.
As if I'm gonna start eating chocolate.
Shannon, we may be here for a while.
The plane had a black box, idiot. They know exactly where we are. They're coming. I'll eat on the rescue boat. I'll eat on the rescue boat.
And Shannon is written to be unlikable.
Yeah, she was the one who was just standing and screaming in the middle of the wreckage. Not crouched and fearful, just standing and screaming in place, just swiveling back and forth, screaming sir, you're yelling for the help. I was like, what is she doing? What are you doing? Move away from the fire at the very least. Anyway.
And she tans. She just gets in her bikini and tans while everyone else is helping,
trying to survive,
move around, and get food, gather food, rummage for supplies.
Mm-hmm.
It's Shannon is useless, and
Yeah.
she gets called out for it, and she never stops being useless. I think maybe there are episodes where they try to show her oh no, you need to be more selfless and help and contribute, and her and Boone are constantly arguing, but she sucks.
Yeah.
And she sticks around for longer than she should, and she's given romantic subplots with characters that seem completely incompatible with this rich idiot.
Yeah.
She's like a Paris Hilton type, honestly, in a lot of ways. She gives me that vibe.
Okay.
If you can, someone we've met already on our quest here, who do you think would be the least likely for her to date on this island?
Michael.
She does not date Michael.
Good. That is the least likely.
Okay, think of another one.
Saeed
and Shannon have a romantic relationship.
Weird.
It is so weird, awkward. They have no chemistry.
Yeah.
I was like, what were they thinking? Saeed's got more sense than this. He's traumatic. He's traumatized. He's he lost his love, and he's oh yeah.
This girl's a good stand-in. No,
she's not. Anyway, yeah, they're just two idiots. And they're kind of foils for more of the active members of the show.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I can't say. I mean, their characters are there
in
those clips. Shannon's a spoiled brat, and Boone is also a spoiled brat, but has more sense.
Mm-hmm.
A bit more sense.
A bit. At least he knows that they should eat.
Yeah, and he's I think he wants to contribute, but he's also ill-equipped to do so. And it's frustrating to him.
Yeah. And you, which is why you were happy he died?
Yes.
Wow.
How many more?
We got Orange Peel Smile Guy.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I played a clip from him talking to Walt from part 2. I can play the last bit of that clip. So that's John Locke, who
is the reason you love the show.
Yes, he got me hooked. His flashback episode is fantastic. But he's a mysterious character for the first few episodes. You're like, who is this guy? Like he's acting odd. Like you said it. He puts like an orange peel in his mouth and he's like eating it and he smiles at Kate.
Yeah.
And like I think he means it to be endearing, but he just looks kind of creepy.
Yeah.
So he's just like this creepy old guy that Michael doesn't want Walt hanging around with because he's just. It's like we don't know what's up with this guy.
Yes.
Backgammon's the oldest game in the world. Archaeologists found sets when they excavated the ruins of ancient Mesopotamia. 5,000 years old. That's older than Jesus Christ.
Did they have dice and stuff?
But theirs weren't made of plastic. Their dice were made of bones.
Cool.
2 players, 2 sides. One is light, one is dark. Walt, do you want to know a secret?
We don't know what that secret is.
He gives me the Joker vibes. I had a nightmare about that last night, by the way.
Oh no.
Yeah. So he's a guy,
and so like you learn later on, like he's a very learned man. He's an experienced guy. Like he knows about survival and knows about like obviously history. Like he's a big history buff. Like that plays into the show a lot, you know. And honestly, you'll be surprised how apropos that like light versus dark theme is for the whole show. Like that carries on to all the way to the end.
Not surprised.
Either way, I was like, it's decent writing there. You know, trying to keep that theme consistent. But he's just mysterious. You don't know what is up with him. Why is he acting the way he does? And then, you know, his episode specifically like illuminates a lot of that. It's like, why is this guy acting the way he is? But I don't want to spoil that because I think it's one of the better twists of the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's John Locke. You know, he's just like this old guy, and he's there basically to the end.
Yeah.
He's one of the pillars of the show.
He's a pillar. Stands tall on his on the building blocks of the island.
And Terry O'Quinn plays him, and he does a really good job. I think Terry O'Quinn has won awards for his portrayal as John Locke.
Nice. Sweet.
Yeah. We got
Rose. You said that name. I don't know who Rose is, though.
Oh, I don't have a clip of Rose, but I can play a small clip. So one of Lost's gimmicks is it uses flashbacks. And in this, every episode, for the most part, every episode has a specific character that it focuses on, and it flashes back to their life before the crash. In this first episode, we get one flashback for one character who is, it's on the plane, flashback to the plane crash.
Jack.
Jack on the plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pilot has switched on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
It's normal.
Oh, I know. Just never been a very good flyer. My husband keeps reminding me that planes want to be in the air.
Well, he sounds like a very smart man.
Be sure and tell him that when he gets back from the bathroom.
That was Rose. Who's this elderly
black
woman. And she is separated from her husband because her husband is in the tail section of the plane using the bathroom. And she's in the fuselage section, the middle section, I guess, with the main cast here. And Jack saves her life. She's the woman that Boone was trying to give CPR to.
Trying to stick a pen in.
Yeah, and so Jack gave her CPR and brought her back. And so she just spends the first season thinking her husband's dead. And it's sad.
And that's all she's got?
for basically in this season, yeah. And she's like not main cast. She's like, she's like supporting cast. So,
Then is that it? I don't feel like there's something to miss anyone.
Well, there's 3 characters actually that we haven't
That
met
I
yet.
missed?
Yes. One, let's meet Claire, who is a pregnant lady.
Oh, yeah.
Hungry?
Yeah. Thanks.
Any more, baby stuff?
No. I'm okay.
Well, hang in there.
Yeah, you too.
Claire's pregnant. That's kind of her character. She's like just a sweet lady.
Yeah.
And the writer said, hey, they're all flying back from Australia. So we have to have an Australian in the cast.
Yeah.
So they cast Emily DeRaven here, play Claire.
Was she already pregnant, or is that a...
No, it's a fake
Got
baby. Yeah. Fake pregnant. But like, that's an interesting thing is like what happens when you have a pregnant woman on this, deserted island, right?
Yeah.
And so like she obviously has to give birth at some point in the show, which she does. So she's not only, she plays pregnant for the first half of the first season, I think. Maybe just the first season, and then she gives birth to the baby in the second season. And so now she's got a newborn on this island. What do you do? Drama.
You really hope that you can produce milk. That's what you do. Ugh.
Yeah. So, it's more like survival stuff.
Yeah.
And Claire's got quite an interesting quest on this whole journey. I had forgotten. I was like, does Claire survive? What happens in the last season for her? And then I remembered. I was like, oh yeah. They did something.
Bad?
They made a choice.
Oh no.
Like,
was it her baby? Is that her secret? Was she a surrogate? Is this someone else's baby?
No, it's her baby. But she's searching for her baby. in the last season.
What? How many years are they in canon?
It's a lot of stuff.
In canon, how long are they there?
How long is Claire on the island?
That's a very specific... How long...
There's time travel involved in Lost.
I'm never watching this show. This show sounds not great.
Let me just say Squirrel Baby comes into it.
We're moving on. What are the other people? Two more people.
I'm surprised you forgot them. Considering what show we're going to watch after the break.
Squirrel Baby? Oh, right. The Korean couple.
The Koreans. Sun and Jin.
Oh, man.
내 옆에서 없어지면 안 돼. 내가 어디로 가든지 꼭 따라와. 알겠지? 다른 사람 신경 쓰지 말고 우린 같이 있어야 돼.
That was just Jin because Sun does not speak. How well was his Korean then?
Here's the thing. It's not that the words are bad. It's just that the tone and the flow, is that the word?
Sure.
Is
the
not
cadence?
The cadence and the tone are not great. Hi, I don't speak Korean, so don't come at me.
But you listen to a lot of Koreans talk.
I do listen to a lot.
And even
also, I listen to a lot of this person is Korean, was born and raised in Korea, speaks Korean as their only language, and this person was raised in not Korea. Korean is not the language that they speak, and they're still learning. So I know know the difference of and he's at the very beginning of the scale where ooh, yes, you're getting there. You're getting there. That's hard.
And that's the thing. It's when I watched the show initially, I had never really been exposed to the Korean language at all. I had friends who were Korean, second generation, but they spoke English. So I never really heard Korean spoken anywhere. So when I watched the show initially, I was just it meant nothing to me. He was just speaking a foreign language. And
right.
I remember my other friend, Andrew, who is Korean, he started watching Lost around the same time I did. And he was just like, yeah, his Korean sucks. And now, having heard that clip, some of those sentences, now that I have watched plenty of Korean dramas and movies, I'm like, ooh, why is he saying it that way?
I want to be kind because learning is hard.
I was no disrespect to Daniel Day Kim, but they should have just cast a Korean guy, a guy who spoke Korean.
It's not that I disagree, but I do. Where I'm like, if all he needs to do is get back in touch with the language he already spoke before, then let's give parts to people.
But here's the thing.
I also get it. The same.
Jin learns English throughout the show.
Mm-hmm.
If they had cast a Korean man who only spoke Korean and didn't have a very even if he didn't speak any English at all, or had a very thick accent when he spoke English, that would have worked because that's Jin.
Yeah, it should have been a little bit more like the Spanglish.
Yeah,
like the Paz
Vega.
Yeah,
I had to learn on the way. Yeah, so.
Yeah. I was like that would have been good.
Either way, as far as their character goes, Sun and Jin are a Korean couple who also crash land, and
crash landing on you.
Yes, Jin is clearly very protective of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want her speaking to anyone else, any of the other survivors, and doesn't want anyone else to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
They talk to him. He's the man. So she's meant to be a very submissive wife to him. And as they reveal more about their backstories, you learn that it's like that's not the role Sun wants to play. You know, and Jin is like trying to be the type of man he thinks he needs to be, you know, but it like you learn a lot through them. And they're another one of those like pillars of the show. They're from, you know, to the very end almost.
Got it.
And like there's a scene, I think even in part 2 of the pilot, very early on, someone approaches Sun and Jin about something, you know, to ask them a question. And Sun is wearing like kind of like a button-up blouse, and the top button is unbuttoned, and it's like showing no cleavage whatsoever. But Jin yells at her and tells her to button the top button. So it's like that's kind of the character moment to show like, oh, he's a very controlling person.
So doesn't necessarily endear the character to people on the island.
Yeah, and he's meant like in some ways like Jin is meant to be kind of like an antagonist for a while, you know, until you learn more about him and he softens up and.
Right.
You learn more about his wife because she's not telling the truth on some things either.
Right.
They all got secrets.
They all got secrets except the dog. The dog's actually a polar bear.
The dog might have secrets. I don't know. I'm probably not. But yeah, that's the main cast. We covered them all.
Yeah.
But there's more to talk about with Lost. Like we talked about a lot of the character stuff, but like they go on a mission. Jack.
Just 3 people.
Yeah, Jack, Kate, and Charlie go on a mission to find a transceiver.
I saw some smoke. Just through the valley. If you're thinking about going for the cockpit, I'm going with you.
I don't know your name.
I'm Kate.
Jack.
And they go on a little adventure to find the cockpit, to find the transceiver. Right? And they find it.
Yeah. And a pilot.
They do find the pilot, and the pilot kind of sets up, and this might be my last clip. I might have one more. But the pilot kind of lays out exactly why these people are going to be stuck on this island for a while.
How long has it been?
16 hours.
6. Has anybody come?
Not yet.
6 hours in. Our radio went out. No one could see us. We turned back to land in Fiji. By the time we hit turbulence, we were 1,000 miles off course. They're looking for us in the wrong place.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. This is why you should have cell phones on the plane.
Well, they had the transceiver, but it just lost radio signal. So,
Yeah.
that, you know, plot device, now they're stuck, and they're looking in the wrong place. And,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, what the heck are we going to do? Also, the island moves.
It moves?
I'm throwing like random plot points out from like late in the show, and you're like, what?
Is it on the back of a lion turtle?
That's what some people thought. Like, oh, is this like a Discworld thing? Are they
Oh
on
my
like a
gosh.
giant turtle? Like, what's going on? No, but like, the Lost Island is magic. That's the thing. It's a magic island. So
I'm not watching the show. You're not making me.
That's fine. I'm not going to force you. But when I say magic, like the show does introduce that, oh my gosh, there's something supernatural going on in this island. And they do it through how? What?
Sounds, trees moving.
What was that?
That was weird, right?
Is that Vincent?
It's not Vincent.
Did anybody see that?
Yeah.
Did every one of the cast members there have a line except Jin and Sun?
And like Jack didn't say anything. But yeah, there is something in those woods that ain't right. We don't know what it is, and I don't think we see it until season 2. It's colloquially referred to as the monster because it sounds like a monster.
Yes.
But like for a lot of the time, they're like, "What the heck is that thing?" You don't see it until season 2. So I'm not gonna say what it is. And it's mysterious, and it like there's more to this island than meets the eye. That's the main thing. So gives that hook, and that's the JJ Abrams hook, right?
Yeah.
JJ Abrams loves his mystery boxes, right?
Right.
Like, you leave a question dangling for the audience and keeps them engaged, which is effective when you're starting a show. It is not effective when you continue to do that through the whole show.
Yeah.
You got to start answering some questions, and I think that was the problem. Damon Lindelof learned some of the wrong lessons from JJ Abrams. It's like, mystery boxes are great for the start. You got to have a strong ending, and you got to know how the show ends at the beginning.
That's true.
So they, as the show goes on, it is clear that they are making some things up as they go along, which is both a strength. Sometimes you have to pivot based on circumstances.
Right.
Makes sense. But other times it's like, listen, you really should have had some of this stuff planned out from the start.
Yeah.
And that was evidenced in that Star Wars trilogy that JJ Abrams was involved in. Have things planned out. Have some things planned out, please.
You sound so pressed.
But yeah, that's the monster. There's stuff going on. The monster chases Jack, Kate, and Charlie at the end of the episode. That's like the big climax. Yeah, it kills the pilot. So the pilot dies in the first episode. So he's not even a character.
No.
Here's something interesting, though. It wasn't supposed to be the pilot that dies.
Who was supposed to die, Charlie?
Jack was planned to die in the pilot episode from very early on in production. However, ABC executives were adamant that Jack live. So the decision was reversed 1 week before shooting.
Oh, wow.
I guess JJ Abrams and Lindelof thought it would be a fun twist on like conventions where it's like, oh yeah, Jack's the first character we see. We follow him around. Everyone thinks, oh yeah, this guy's the main character. And that's why it was going to be Michael Keaton because it was like he was going to be the big star.
Yeah.
But then he just dies unexpectedly. And they're like, oh man, anything could happen on this show. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think it would have been interesting because clearly it is pointed out he's got all that main character energy running around and doing stuff. And then like, and you're like, okay, so who's the leader here? What is it? And it would make the ensemble make more sense rather than like, yeah, you're saying there are pillars, but within the pillar is a center, Yeah. And it would have been like nice to just kind of like give room for everybody else to grow and stuff. I think at that point, Saeed would have probably really stepped up to be.
It would have been Kate. It sounds like that would have been the plan for Kate.
Which still, again, would have been fun. Like a woman leading the whole charge of this.
But I think cooler heads prevailed because it's like, this is still a television show and you need to ground it. And like, I think characters would have been really resentful to the show if they just killed Jack. So I understand why they did it.
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea in theory, but I think for the show that this needed to be, keeping Jack around made more sense.
It did, and I think it's better in this time as well, just thinking about what happened after Abrams left. And if there was the precedent of, we can just kill you off without anything, then some of the problems that were had with the cast and with representation would have been quote unquote solved.
I don't think so.
Differently. Meaning they would just like, no, solved is not the word. Sorry. That's why I was quoting it. You can't see it. Air quotes, solved, in that you could just be like, yeah, you're griping a lot and you're saying, then I'll just cut you out. So I'm glad that was not a precedent that was set.
Yeah. But that's Lost. That's it. They find the pilot's body. And they're like, he's all cut up and beat up. It's all bloody. And they're like, what did this to him? This monster that's been chasing us.
No.
Yep. And that's the big mystery at the end of the first episode. It's like, what the heck is this island? What's this thing chasing him around? There were a lot of theories at the time. Like I remember when I first watched it, I was like, are there dinosaurs on this island? What the heck's going on?
Yes.
And people are like, is it nanobots? Is it clones? Is it a ghost?
It's
what is this monster?
Dinosaur.
But did you like the first episode of Lost? You didn't like it?
No, it was like fine. It was fine. Like it was fine.
So you wouldn't recommend even the pilot to watch, as a movie? Because that was the thing. If Lost had not been picked up for a show, right? Or if they produced the pilot and if they made the pilot and ABC pulled the plug, they said the plan was to release, like either do a TV movie, release it as a TV movie and then release it on DVD as like a standalone product, like a TV special.
Right.
That would have been the plan. Or if it was just this for the first season, they could have at least said, oh yeah, this is the first season. They would have changed maybe the ending where they got off the island on a raft. But it kept going, obviously.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't even recommend like the pilot as like a watchable thing?
And this is a personal thing, but no.
Interesting.
And not as a like, oh, it's bad or anything like that, but there is so much going on and it isn't wrapped up, or even not even like, and this is the very end, but like not enough of it is like pulled together. And there's so many moving parts and so many people and so many things to care about that in my personal opinion and how I like to intake media, I don't think it's watchable in the sense of, right, like they're like, this is contained, right? Like you don't have to watch just every episode. Like, no, you have to keep going to. So like as a encapsulated, I don't see how this would have worked as a movie because it's what's the end of it, right? Like it's not they're all saved, it's not they're all dead, it's not that even some of kind of thing.
And it didn't get you hooked to make you want to watch more either.
Yeah, for me, and that's a me personal thing, right? Like that's not saying it's bad or any like that, right? Like I just was like, oh, there's nothing in here that like pulled me enough to be like, oh, I want to know more about that or more about that character. Or I found something about that dynamic interesting because they're setting everything up.
Yeah.
Right. And even you were like, yeah, I was like, these are fine. And then the third episode or the fourth episode is what really like pulled you in.
I agree
right.
with that.
And for me, I tend to give shows like 3 to 5 episodes. And if it doesn't have me by then, like you've got me for 5 hours and you haven't like pulled me in with anything, then I'm not going to continue to watch for me. And we did start watching the show together before, so I know what that twist is, and that wasn't enough for me.
Interesting.
Yeah. But again, it's not that it's bad. It's definitely not. Like I can see the draw of it and the like, what is this? Like I'm saying like, yes. So I guess I would recommend like, hey, if you kind of want a lot of moving parts and you want like a mystery that, I don't know, you said is solved if you pay attention, absolutely go for it. For me personally, I'm like, yeah, nothing in this is for me.
Okay. Well, when we watched it this time, I was surprised by how well it held up. Like this first episode, like you see all the money on the screen. The production values are off the charts, way better than any TV show up to that point. I think.
Right.
It looked fantastic. They shot in HD. They're on a beach with a giant plane. Like it's not even bad CGI. It's like they're legit. They've got explosions going off on set. It looks like a great show.
Right.
Like it has like a very filmic quality.
Got all the great practicals you like.
And I felt like the writing in the first episode here was pretty strong. They're clearly juggling a lot of characters, which is difficult. But I felt like they pulled it off pretty well in this first episode. And then watching parts of the second episode, I felt like, oh, this all comes together. And I would say, I would recommend if you haven't seen Lost to watch the first 2 episodes and see if it's something that you would enjoy. Especially if you watch the pilot and you're like, yeah, I enjoyed that. Watch up to the John Locke episode. And if that you're like, oh man, I need to continue watching that show. Go for it. The first 2 seasons are pretty consistent quality-wise. Like there's ups and downs like any TV show, but the first 2 seasons I feel like are pretty strong for the most part. After season 2, season 3 is a glut. There's some problems with season 3. That's where like that's a good jumping off point. If you're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I've watched enough Lost. Jump off. Season 3 it gets good towards the end, but there's
not worth it.
Yeah, there's some ups. There's a lot more downs than ups in season 3, and so on. So that's my recommendation. If like Lost seems interesting to you, watch the pilot, watch up to the John Locke episode. Those are good jumping off points. And then from there, it's like, watch season 1. If you want to keep going, watch season 2. If you're like on the fence, jump off.
Yeah, I think that's fair advice.
But what did the world think?
What did they think?
Lost's pilot episode had 18.6 million viewers, easily winning its 9 p.m. time slot. These ratings were the best for an ABC drama pilot since Murder One in 1995, and they gave ABC its strongest ratings since 2001 when Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was initially aired.
Oh, wow.
Beaten only the following month by the premiere of Desperate Housewives.
Goodness.
ABC was on top of the world.
Yeah, they were.
For its first season, Lost averaged 16 million viewers, ranking 14th in viewership among primetime shows and 15th among the 18 to 49 demo.
Okay.
It maintained equally strong ratings in its second season before seeing a noted, but not drastic, decline in subsequent seasons. Lost was also named the most recorded series in television by Nielsen, like DVR.
DVR was a thing.
TiVo.
TiVo.
Lost Pilot is one of the most critically acclaimed television pilots of all time, with praise going to its writing, directing, production values, and performances. IGN, for example, said, quote, Lost delivers on every promise it makes to its audience and is simply the best new show on any of the networks this season. That level of acclaim carried over to the show's first 2 seasons. USA Today, for example, called it a, quote, totally original, fabulously enjoyable Lost at Sea series. Lost had taken, quote, an outlandish Saturday serial setup and imbued it with real characters and honest emotions without sacrificing any of the old-fashioned fun. A common criticism expressed as the show went on is that it introduced too many mysteries while not bringing enough to a satisfying resolution, which I totally understand.
Yeah.
It answered the questions. If you're not satisfied with those answers, that's okay. I understand.
Yeah.
USA Today again said, quote, real suspense comes from answers, not questions. Suspense comes not from wondering what's going on, but from wondering what happens next. If you withhold answers, it becomes impossible to satisfy. And I think that was one of Lost's biggest flaws towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
So season 6 is rough because it doesn't answer enough questions.
Yeah.
Brings too many in. To the very end, they just keep peeling the layers back, and there's more and more. And towards the end, it's just like, if I answer this, you'll just have more questions. So let's just not even bother. And it's like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Despite some ups and downs in reception over the course of the show's run, Lost has been named among the greatest television series of all time. The New York Times, for example, defined Lost as, quote, the show with perhaps the most compelling continuing storyline in television history. So take that as you will.
I will take it and put it down over there.
Lost was nominated for 54 Primetime Emmy Awards.
That's a lot.
Winning 11. The pilot alone won Outstanding Casting for a Drama Series, Outstanding Music Composition for a Series, Dramatic Underscore, Outstanding Single Camera Editing for a Drama Series, Outstanding Special Visual Effects for a Series, Outstanding Drama Series, and Outstanding Directing for a Drama Series.
Dang, that's 6.
Actors Terry O'Quinn and Michael Emerson, who is not in the pilot, also each won Astounding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series during the show's run. The show also won 13 Saturn Awards, 4 TSA Awards, 5 Golden Reel Awards, 1 Satellite Award, 1 Golden Globe Award, 1 Writers Guild of America Award, 1 Producers Guild of America Award, 1 NAACP Image Award, and 1 Screen Actors Guild Award, among several others.
Okay.
There you go. I see a QQ in the future of that.
I know. It's like the most well awarded is probably going to go to the show.
And what of the legacy of Lost? Lost ran for 6 seasons of 121 episodes. And I've kind of outlined the show's run.
Yeah.
It's like seasons 1 and 2, pretty consistently strong. Introduce some new characters, kill some off. It's good. Season 3, that was when the show, it was like clear that the showrunners were like, we want to end we want to start moving towards the end, but ABC doesn't want to give up its strong ratings.
Yeah.
So we have to just kind of like spin our wheels.
Yeah.
And that became a problem.
Yeah.
And then by season 4, with the writer's strike giving them an excuse, they're like, hey, we want to start moving towards an ending. So seasons 4, 5, and 6 are like mini series length, which really help with the consistency and the pacing.
Yeah.
Seasons 4 and 5 are pretty dang good. Season 6 is mid, in my opinion. Kind of frustrating in some places. A series of 13 mobisodes, ranging in length from 1 to 4 minutes, titled Lost Missing Pieces, aired during the hiatus of the 3rd and 4th seasons. First to Verizon Wireless, and then on ABC's website.
Wow.
That was when TV networks were just really experimenting on how to release new things.
Yeah. Did you watch them?
I don't think... they might be on those DVDs, so I probably have watched those. But yeah, imagine watching a mobisode on your Verizon phone.
I will not
It's
imagine.
like, oh man, I'm going to download a 4-minute episode of Lost on my phone.
And it took an hour to download.
A 12-minute epilogue titled The New Man in Charge was included with both Lost Complete 6-season DVD and the Complete Collection box set, which is what you had to uncover the secret to find it.
Right.
And that one, again, they explicitly answered where the polar bears come from, which is the stupidest thing in the world because they didn't need to do it. They had already answered why there were polar bears on the island like 4 times already.
Sometimes people don't listen.
They don't listen.
Yeah.
In November 2005, ABC produced an official Lost podcast hosted by series writers and executive producers Damon Lindelof and Carlton Cuse. And I've talked about that.
That's really quick. That's just a year after.
Sky One also hosted a podcast presented by comedian Ian Lee on their website, which analyzed each episode after it aired in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
The show's networks and producers have made extensive use of the internet in expanding the background of the story. For example, during the first season, a fictional diary by an unseen survivor called Janelle Granger was presented on the ABC website for the series. Tie-in websites for fictional entities like Oceanic Airlines also played into the show's viral marketing.
Nerd homework?
So this is very like, JJ Abrams loves this stuff. Like, you know, infusing the show with like a mythology outside of the show itself with websites. He did that for Cloverfield and other projects that he worked on. He loves that stuff.
Yeah.
ARG elements.
Yeah.
Alternate reality games. Yeah. Lost had video games too.
Let's not talk about it.
Lost, the mobile game, was released for mobile phones and the iPod in 2007. iPod. Not even an iPhone yet. The Apple iPod. You can play a game on it.
Yeah, iPhones came out 2007.
Yeah.
Late that year.
And Lost Via Domus, released for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC in 2008. I have not played it. I've seen it played. It looks like crap.
Yeah, I bet.
Several official alternate reality games based on Lost were also created, including 2006's Lost Experience and 2007's Find 815.
Okay.
So it's like one of those, like, you have to find clues on the internet and call, call phone numbers and maybe even visit physical locations out in the real world to find clues. So it's like totally fun stuff that I wish I could get into, but I'm always late to these ARGs.
Yeah.
I've always find them too late.
Yeah.
I'd love to be involved in an ARG.
I'll make one for you. Do you want me to build an ARG for you?
No, it's okay.
Okay, wow.
3 Lost novelizations, Endangered Species, Secret Identity, and Signs of Life, were published by Hyperion Books. Hyperion also published a meta-fictional book titled Bad Twin, which was credited to a fictional author, Gary Troop, who ABC's marketing department claimed was a passenger on Oceanic Flight A15.
Okay.
I'm not reading that.
Nope.
A 400-page reference book titled The Lost Encyclopedia, released in 2010, and several unofficial books relating to the show have been published as well.
All right.
Additional officially licensed Lost merchandise include clothing, jewelry, action figures, trading cards, jigsaw puzzles, and a board game.
Oh.
Another board game.
Was it Monopoly?
Also, apparently, like, even the jigsaw puzzles had, like, secrets to reveal about the show's mythology. Like, the jigsaws themselves had, like, secrets in them.
It's too much.
They really played into that.
It's too much.
The 2011 TV series Once Upon a Time, created by former Lost writers Adam Horowitz and Edward Kitsis, featured many items found in the Lost universe, including Apollo candy bars and Oceanic Airlines.
Okay.
So if you like Once Upon a Time, it's in the Lostiverse, kind of. Lost has also been referenced or parodied on TV shows like Fringe, Will and Grace, Curb Your Enthusiasm, 30 Rock, Scrubs, Modern Family, Orange is the New Black, Community, The Office, Family Guy, American Dad, The Simpsons, and The Venture Brothers, and in video games like Dead Island, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Fallout 3, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, World of Warcraft, Just Cause 2, Batman Arkham City, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Singularity.
What does parodied mean in this?
Like some of these games, like Just Cause 2, you could just find like the lost hatch like on an island somewhere.
Got it.
They like might make a joke about like a flashback and use the same like flashback sound from Lost.
Got it. Because I was like, how does Will and Grace parrot Lost?
Or like they reference Lost,
Got
or a character will show up and make jokes about being on Lost.
Right.
And I mentioned this. Alternative rock band Weezer also named their 8th studio album Hurley after the character, with a photo of Jorge Garcia on the cover.
I wonder who their favorite character was.
Das Lost. Big show, very important, changed television. Also incredibly long segment for mediamade. Gigas.
Yep. There won't be too much that you cut, but luckily I spent forever looking up the images of 2 people, so there'll be 5 minutes to cut there.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Koreans on airplanes, we'll be back after the break with Jess's show of 2004.
I apologize in advance.
You are everybody. You are everybody. Acting like you're stupid people wearing expensive clothes. You are everybody. You are everybody. You are everybody. You are everybody.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
If you think you've seen it all,
Wait!
Hey, did you do this?
If you think you know it all,
We're survivors of Oceanic Flight 815.
We're the survivors of Flight 815.
look again.
I know what you're doing.
Let go of me.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
You'll be one step closer to the most revealing 2-hour season finale ever.
What did you do to us?
2 hours that will change everything.
No more lies.
Lost, Wednesday at 8, 7 Central, only on ABC.
We're back with Korean. Is that Korean or she's singing in English?
I'm not here right now. I am on a desert planet where this isn't happening.
You did this to us.
I can't fight that. The allegations are true. I did this to us. And we're both suffering because of it.
This is our, I should introduce the show, but first time in Korea. And we'll be there again.
We will be flying back many times.
But what is Just a Show of 2004? Released July 14th, 2004 on KBS, the Korean Broadcasting Station. Written by Min Hyo-jung.
Okay, try again.
Min Hyo-jung. What do you want me to say? How do I say it?
You sound like Daniel Day Kim.
No.
Min Hyo-jun? Hyo or Hyun?
Hyo.
Hyo.
Min Hyo-jung.
Min Hyo-jun.
Directed by Pyo Min-soo.
Okay. Pyo?
Pyo.
Pyo Pyo.
Now you're making me like self-conscious about it. Pyo Min-soo. I'm just gonna say it like a white guy.
No.
Starring Song Hye-kyo.
Okay.
Is that bad?
I say the. How do you spell the second word?
Hye.
Okay.
Hye.
Hye. Hye. Hye. Hye-kyun.
Han. E-U-N.
Un.
Un. Han Un Jung.
Han Unjun. Unjun. Han Unjun.
Kim Sung-soo.
Not good. Sung-soo.
And Rain.
B.
Based on the manhwa series of the same name, written and illustrated by Won Soo-yeon.
Yeah.
Full House. Man, Korean names are hard to say.
I guess.
I understand why a lot of my Korean friends, when they move to the States, they change their names.
That's unnecessary.
I'm just saying, Hyung-uk became Luke.
Hyun-uk. Gosh.
Still had Jisoo, though. Shout out to Jisoo.
Jisoo, I think easy. Their names are easy.
That's an easy name.
Oh, most names are easy. You just got to put in some effort. You can say Floor.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Floor.
I took Spanish in high school and college.
You know what names are really difficult to say properly? German names, but also Italian names.
Either way, and also they put their last names before their first names in Korean.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, Full House, not that one. No, not that one.
Yes, that one.
I thought at one point it'd be funny to start the show with Full House so that when I read the intro and play the first clip, it's everywhere you look.
Oh my gosh.
But
no,
it just didn't work. Also, Lost has no music in it. So anyway, what the heck is Full House? Not that one. It's not the early 90s, late 80s sitcom starring Janie Tanner.
Are you asking me, or is that your pre-roll into giving a bunch of history?
Well, I mean, we'll do that eventually, but you need to tell me what the heck is Full House.
Full House is a South Korean drama that aired in 2004 in Korea on KBS. You're asking me. That's what it is. It's a story based on a manhwa. That was really popular.
Stars Rain.
It stars Rain, who is a singer. And this is one of his first acting things.
I think it's his first.
Is it? Okay. Because there's stuff that happened that came out in the same year, I think. Maybe just, but whatever. Anyway, I'm not gonna tell you what the story's about because that's what the podcast is about.
A lot of twists and turns in that first episode. It is ostensibly a romantic comedy.
Yeah. Look, kids, I know I'm sounding like I don't love this. And I don't. If I had the choice, this would not be the first Korean drama that we would talk about on the podcast.
You had more pain. You experienced more pain watching this than I did.
Okay, so any of the kids who know me in real life, when we have movie nights and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this movie growing up, and then we put it on and I realize I have not watched it for like 15 years, and oh no, this is problematic. Oh no, this is not good. That I had like total recall within 3 minutes of starting this and remembered the entirety of all the ups and downs, remembered how it ended, remembered the subplots, remembered the like whoopsie day shenanigans and stuff. And I was like, actually, I don't want to watch this. Actually, can we turn this off? Actually, I'm going to be really mad, please. It's painful. You know, there's just some stuff that like belongs in the past. This is one of them.
So how did you watch the show? Because I'd never heard of the show before.
Oh, so this is an episode where neither of us have heard of each other's shows.
I guess so, which is baffling.
That this is the one?
Well, I'm not surprised I didn't know what Full House was. I'm surprised you didn't know what Lost was.
I'm surprised you didn't know what Full House was.
Everywhere you look.
I watched this. So I guess this is the time for me to get into how I moved from anime kid to K-drama girl, woman, whatever. So when I was the summer between my senior year of high school and my freshman year of college, I had a computer, my very own laptop, the first of its kind. Actually, I think I'd had this. It was my first laptop, but I think I'd had it for like maybe 2 years. But now I was able to have my own internet access to it because I wasn't allowed to before. It was really mostly just used for like watching DVDs like of anime that I owned and writing, because Microsoft Word was basically the only thing I ever used it for. I didn't have internet access on it because dial-up was still a thing. But now that I was going to college, I needed to learn how to like surf the web, and I got that permission from my parents. Thanks, mommy. Thanks, daddy. And I discovered that I could like watch anime and stuff online. What? It's 2007 and I can just like
123watchcartoons.com.
What? Let's do that. Toonami has an online presence, which I already knew about because I would watch it on our family computer. Yeah, let's go watch more episodes of Prince of Tennis. Woohoo! And so it just kind of turned into this thing of me like asking Jeeves. I did not use Google. I'm not even gonna lie. I used Yahoo Jeeves. And I asked Jeeves. That was me 2007 to 2009.
AltaVista.com. Dogpile.com.
Oh man. And so I was looking for the anime Gokusen. Oh gosh. My Japanese accent is gone. Anyway, I was looking for the anime Gokusen. And that's basically about a female teacher who is hired by a high school that is full of like delinquents and stuff. And she's she's a Yakuza woman, but she's like, I just want to help youth be better and turn their way from whatever. And so I had watched it before at like a friend's house or something. And I was like, oh, I remember really liking that. I want to watch it again. But I couldn't find it. And I could only find like live action versions of it. And I was like, I remember saying out loud, sitting at my kitchen table, looking out as the sun was coming in, waiting for a painting to dry, being like, who would watch a live action when anime is available? I said those words aloud. I said those words aloud to no one but myself. But I clicked it because I was like, what the crap? Like, anime is like funny and it's got a lot of like physical gags and stuff, and that doesn't translate over. So I watched all 3 seasons of the live action.
That tracks.
And then I was like, oh my gosh, what other things are there? There's live action stuff of like anime that are like manga that I like. Let me go and check those things out. That's so interesting. And then I was in college and I couldn't find the Japanese. I think I was looking, it wasn't Hana Yoridango. It was Boys Over Flowers. I went there because there was an actor in Gokusen that I really liked. And I was like, oh, he's playing some other character. Let me go and see that. And it was Boys Before Flowers, the Japanese version. And then I was like, wait, there's another, what's Meteor Garden? And that's the Taiwanese version. Wait, what's... And then slowly and surely I fell into live action. And then when I got to college, people were like, oh, but have you seen this Korean drama? And I was like, what? And then it was over for me. And then it was over. So by my first semester of college, I averaged a 1.3 GPA.
Uh-oh.
Because nobody told me I couldn't be on my computer watching stuff all the time. Kids, don't do this if you're in college. I got straight A's and B's all the way through my senior year, and I didn't crack a 3.5 cumulatively because I screwed up so bad in that first semester. Don't do it, kids.
That first quarter is a killer. I'll say that.
It took me out. I was on academic probation for like forever, my guy.
I got a D on my first midterm.
Oh, man. Ugh, you're not prepared for it. I don't know why they give children. Yes, you are a child, kid. And so was I. So much power. Anyway, all this, you asked how we ended up here. We ended up here because the internet is a wild and crazy place. And I can remember very specific sites that I will never visit anymore because I'm pretty sure those are the reasons my first computer died terribly. And so, like, honestly, that's how I fell into this. I don't feel like I definitely didn't watch this show when it came out in 2004. Wasn't into dramas until 2007 and after, but I definitely remember watching it in like late 2008, early 2009. I actually had this one on DVD and I gave it to one of my best friends. I gave her a couple that was like, oh, I watched this online at sites. And here's a DVD that I spent, money that was loan money on. Here you go. They were expensive back then. They were very expensive back then.
Yeah, I imagine so.
You had to get those things flown over. Ugh.
On Play Asia, right? Import them, yeah. So was there anything in particular about Full House, or was it just amongst all the other Korean dramas that you were watching?
What do you mean?
Like, was there something special about Full House, or it was just amongst the bunch?
It was amongst the bunch. I was like shotgunning everything, like everything. There's some stuff that I'm like, oh man, that I can't even remember. When we were going through lists of like titles, I was like, did I watch that? And like read through yep, I did. And like, oh, there's a remake of this. I remember watching that when I was a kid, and this just happened to be the big one from this year. I mean, and the big thing being like Rain was in it. Obviously, he was the hottest heartthrob of the time.
Tiger Beat. So, it's kind of interesting that you started getting into Korean dramas in like 2007-8 because that's like the dawning of the streaming era in the U.S. That was when Netflix went streaming. I think around about 2008.
I think probably nine because I think I was in a household by then because we were still doing DVDs.
Oh yeah, I mean it was a novelty. I remember like the first device that streamed Netflix was the Xbox 360. And that was a big deal. And people were like, why would you stream Netflix? Why would you do that? And then someone was like, no, like I remember listening to podcasts at the time. They're like, no, listen, it's amazing. They have everything. And so that was like the dawning of the streaming era. And then by that time, like Hulu was streaming TV. Mm-hmm. And
yeah,
we talked about it. Lost was streaming on ABC's website.
Yeah.
And Toonami was streaming.
Honestly, Hulu like was a godsend in college because you're not paying for cable, and Hulu just having it a day later, it's like living in your parents' house and they're paying for cable. It was beautiful.
But streaming in particular is cited as a reason why the Korean wave hit the United States. Because so something about Full House, it more or less launched the Korean wave in Asia.
Yeah.
So Full House is a Korean drama that just became uber popular in China and everywhere else.
I mean, they were in China a little bit for the show.
Well, yeah, and then Thailand as well.
Yeah.
So I think that had a bit to do with it, but it just like swept Asia, started hitting Europe, it just slowly creeped over to America. And I remember getting caught up in the Korean wave when we got Netflix for the first time, like Netflix streaming. And this was like 2011, 2012 by this point. And I was just like, trying to find weird movies to watch. And I watched The Man from Nowhere.
It's so good. Guys, we'll be talking about that. That's one of my favorite Korean movies.
Korean movie and just a bunch of other Korean movies. So I was like watching Korean film.
Is that why you saw the one where someone's stranded on an island because they...
Oh, no.
Castaway by the Moon?
I just heard about that one.
Okay.
But like I watched like Good and Bad and the Weird, movies like that.
Yeah.
And I was into Tarantino at the time. So it's like Quentin Tarantino also really liked Korean cinema.
It's good.
And then 2012, Gangnam Style hit. And the Korean wave had fully crashed on America.
Right.
So it's just interesting. You got in early.
Okay, hey kids, just in case that isn't clear when you're listening to this, I am a hipster. And I will unapologetically say this. Yeah, I was into it before it was cool.
You were.
I absolutely was.
By at least 4 years, I would say like it wasn't like mainstream to be consuming Korean media until Gangnam Style.
Yeah. No, right? But I also feel the same way like with anime kids, right? Like we know like entertainment is entertainment. Entertainment is good, right? And when you're like, there's good stuff and it's really nice. I think that the draw for people who were into it before it got like super popular. I'm still into it. I don't want you to think that I just think it's
I know
it's too
you
much. But I think the draw is like the cultures are so different and there's so many different things to like understand to continue to enjoy it on a deeper level. But you can enjoy it without understanding any of those things. But like as you're like watching, like be it anime, be it Korean dramas, be it C-dramas, J-dramas, be it Turkish entertainment. I watch a lot of non-American things, guys. Like, you're like, why are they doing this? Why is everybody doing this thing? And then slowly you like learn more about a society that's so different from yours, right? Without it being like American washed, into this like, oh, this is just American style or something like that. So I think that that's the thing that's really, for me at least, really drew me in. I like to be able to like actually see different experiences. And there are a lot of different experiences across America and how Americans live and portray themselves in media. But it's like such a different thing, right? So a wave it's like a refreshing wave.
No, I get it. And I think that's why it caught on.
Yeah.
And Korean cinema in particular is like for the past 20 years been like it's a thriving film industry over there.
Yeah.
Whereas like I think there are always going to be good Japanese TV shows and movies, but like the cultural resonance of Japanese media in the US has waned and kind of stagnated a little bit.
Yeah. I think I can't speak for America, but for me, I think one of the reasons I personally pulled away a little bit more from Japanese media is because I find it to be one of two things. And it's either like very over the top cartoony or so very dark. So very, very, very dark. And I like to ingratiate those two things. I'm like, oh, that was light and funny, but oh, wow, we're actually talking about a serial kidnapper who is doing who knows what. Oh, look, a superhero. She's just really strong. And she's like, I like those things. But like when I go to Japanese media, I need to either like be prepared for like fluffy, whatever, or just like, and it's getting like I've returned to Japanese media a lot more recently. And it's like, okay, this is more better. Like there's more for me, there's more middle ground to like find in media, but like sometimes it's just that was the reason I started pulling away. And then I really just liked how South Korean stories were told more. Even now
they don't waste your time.
They don't. That my favorite thing about the reason I really, really went hard for it was like I am one of those people who like I love book series, but because I'm like, oh, I want to continue staying in this world, but when it comes to TV, I need it to be encapsulated. My favorite thing is that there are very rarely season 2s in Korean in dramas. It's like this 16 episodes is where I'm going to tell the story, so there is no faff. Like everything I'm going to do has a reason to get to this point. And if it's a good drama, excellent, amazing, beautiful, all the knots are tied. If it's not, ugh. But like, you don't have to worry about more.
It's not like One Piece where there are 2,000 episodes.
Don't come for One Piece. Don't do it.
What, Bleach then? Wait, 1,000
You can come
episodes?
for Bleach.
All right, should I talk about Full House's making of?
Sure.
1993. South Korean manhwa artist Won Soo-yoon. She's judging me.
You're good. One see you.
Known at that point for 1991's Elio and Yvette and 1992's Humanoid EO, began publishing Full House, a romantic comedy which follows a half-Korean screenwriter's quest to reclaim her stolen house and her subsequent romantic misadventures with a British actor.
Oh, okay. Okay. Already very different. Let's go.
They changed quite a bit from the comic book to the screen. The main character is supposed to be half Korean, and her romantic co-lead is supposed to be a white British dude.
Yep. All right. Fine.
And they have different names even.
Yeah, I think you were saying that.
Yeah,
when we were
Ellie
watching
and
last
Ryder.
time. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Not what they are in the show.
Nope.
By the way, this 2004 has been the year of bad reporting on the internet.
Oh.
Wikipedia says that Full House's comic run was for like 2002 to 4, which is like, I was like, oh wow, that's a quick turnaround on a TV show.
Yeah.
Then I did more research, and no, that's not true. It got really confusing. I could not I finally found like a Korea Times article that basically said that Full House was celebrating its 25th anniversary in 2021, which means that would put its publication date at 1996.
Which makes way more sense.
But that's still not 1993. So I was like, what the heck's going on? I'm finding other sources to say 93. Here's what happened. The comic began being serialized in magazines in 1993, and the first volume was collected in 1996 as its own little standalone book. And then its final volume was collected in 1999 for a total of 16 volumes. And that I could prove to you because I've got the publication dates from the publisher itself.
I'm glad that I have you to suss out all the good, true
Wikipedia, what's your problem? And then I found so many like just random like articles and websites by fans saying, oh yeah, it ran from 2002 to 2004. Basing it on Wikipedia's facts. Wrong.
Well, look.
Maybe that's the American publication.
That's
maybe,
fair.
But even then I could find no proof of that.
I don't feel like this would have been published. Like, do you think I can find an English publication of this?
Maybe like a Korean American publishing house like did like a little run, but that seems it just doesn't seem likely.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Either way, 1993 and 1999. That was when Full House ran.
Yeah. The comic, not the show
comic,
we're talking
the
about.
Comic, yes.
The manhwa.
Kim Jong-hog Productions.
Okay.
The largest outsourced drama production company in Korea, began development on a television drama adaptation of Full House beginning as early as May 2003.
Oh.
With Min Hyo-jung, known for the drama Cats on the Roof. You familiar with that one?
No.
He was brought on to write, and Pyo Min-soo, known for the melodramas The Lie, Foolish Love, and Solitude, was brought on to direct. Familiar with those ones?
I'm not. I will firmly say I don't feel like I saw any. Oh, I know we didn't because we go through the Korean list. I haven't seen anything before 2004. And now in the present, I will not go back and watch anything that was made before 2016 because themes.
Fair enough. I was going to say Mr. Pyo. Pyo?
Pyo. Just so you know, okay, I've been trying not to whisper this in the thing. After everyone's name, just say she, and that's their like she? Mr. and Miss is at the end. So it's like I can't remember one of the names because
I was gonna say Pyo, Mr. Pyo.
Yeah, Pyoshi.
Pyoshi. Mr. Pyo.
Okay.
He was known for melodramas, like kind of like more serious stuff, and this was his first comedy.
Yeah. I remember you saying that, and I was like, I think like, you can see that a little bit in like the camera work, I think. Just
I guess.
Okay.
It wasn't very flashy, I'll say that. I got some casting facts. For the lead role, actress Jun Ji-hyun,
Jun Ji-hyun,
known for Il Mare and My Sassy Girl, was reportedly offered the role, but she reportedly turned it down because she would have had to cut her hair.
That's fair.
The role instead went to Song Hye-kyo.
Is it Hye?
Yeah.
Heiho.
Hey.
Heiho. Heiho.
Hye-ho.
It's fine. I'm not going to correct you. You can say them the way you're saying them.
I'm trying.
You're doing good, son.
She was known for Autumn in the Heart and All In.
I feel like I watched bits of All In. The title sounds familiar. Continue.
The co-lead was offered to actors Lee Jung-jae, also known for Il Mare and Affair in City of the Rising Sun.
Okay.
And Jung Woo-sung, known for Musa and A Moment to Remember.
Okay.
But it eventually went to pop singer Rain.
Yes, it did.
Fans of the comic were reportedly very displeased with the casting.
I wonder why. Dude, if they had just gotten a British guy, the Korean would have been so bad. This is fine. This is more than fine, guys. It would have not been a wave because it would have been bad everything. They wanted like Tom Hiddleston or something.
They wanted star power. That's what they wanted.
That's who would you have cast?
I don't know.
That's fair.
Like a British dude who knows Korean? I have no idea.
Nope.
One notable decision by the production company was to refrain from using product placement, also known as PPL in the Korean film industry.
Okay.
Yeah, in Full House as much as possible, despite the practice being a large source of income for Korean drama productions. And we watched a whole Last Week Tonight about that.
Yeah.
With John Oliver. He talked about how Subway is like a huge benefactor in Korean dramas.
Yeah, currently.
All the Koreans, they love to go to Subway.
There are scenes shot in subways, yes.
So I was actually like reading articles in Korean from 2004 complaining about product placement in shows at the time. And it was like a big controversy. They referred to it as like the PPL controversy. But like one article in particular said that Full House came out unscathed. So I was like, interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, they like abstained from it, so that's helpful, right?
Yeah. I got a quote from the production company's director.
Okay, please read it in Korean.
No. Park Chung-sik.
Okay.
Shik.
Yes, Shik is closer.
Park Chung-sik. He said, I accepted the recommendation to refrain from PPL as much as possible because PPL is a problem. He also said, quote, we did everything as requested by KBS. We paid for not only the overseas locations, but also the cost of production presentation and the set building cost.
Yep, sounds right. I wouldn't be in the industry. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be in the industry here in America, but I definitely wouldn't be in the industry in Korea. I'm like, yo, guys, too much of this is coming out of pocket. You got companies behind you.
Filming for the show began in April 2004 with episodes of the show shot on location in South Korea, Shanghai, China, and Phuket, Thailand. Director Pyo Min-soo personally requested to shoot in Thailand as he visited the city with his wife in 1997.
Yeah. Thailand's really pretty.
And that's all I got.
Oh.
For Full House.
Great.
Yeah, we watched episode 1 of Full House.
It was great.
I had to, like, I guess, I'm assuming, and this is based on it's like a translation of a translation. It's like, this is a translation of the Japanese retitling of the episode. I think it's just called Let's Go. Let's go! That's it.
Okay.
Let's go!
Kacha! Ikimashou! Sorry. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, main character of Full House.
Okay, I want you to don't ask me to name these people because I scrubbed it from my brain because I'm mad about this show.
Any guesses?
No. Writer lady.
The main character's name is Han Ji-yoon.
Ji-yoon, yeah.
She's not half Korean. She's full Korean.
She is full Korean in the adaptation we are talking about.
Her name's not Ellie.
Her name is not Ellie.
Anyway, Ji-yoon? Ji-yoon?
Yeah. Wait, is there an H in it?
No.
Yeah, Ji-yoon.
Ji-yoon is a aspiring screenwriter.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I got clips from the show, but obviously they're all in Korean. I even searched for like an English dub that doesn't exist.
Oh my gosh. I want you to know, if you had like found one and not told me about it so that I could say no thank you guy, I would walk from the set.
It's either that or use the robot voice, but I'm not doing that. Okay, so like I tried to get clips where like it's kind of obvious what the character is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So in this scene, we meet Ji-yoon, and she is typing on her typewriter or her computer because she's a screenwriter. She's thinking up some story somewhere.
여자가 그놈의 아이를 가졌던 거야. 와, 전자기기 진짜 시대인데?
She had a good idea, I guess.
It wasn't.
So describe Ji-yoon. She's our main character. We see the most of her.
So Ji-yoon is a woman who lives alone in a very nice house. I would not live here. There's a lot of stone. There's a lot of stone in this house. I was like, and I don't like the stairs. But she lives alone in her
Would you be
home.
surprised to learn that they built that house specifically for the show?
A little bit. Was it a full house?
The location.
Was it a whole house or was it like sets?
It's a full house.
No.
The location of the full house is a house built specifically for the show. It is located in, oh my gosh, Incheon?
Incheon.
Near Incheon International Airport. The house, made mostly of wood, cost approximately $1 million to build.
Okay.
The house remained a tourist attraction until it was torn down in April 2013 due to irreparable damage from a typhoon.
That makes sense. That's pretty cool.
People from far and wide were coming to visit the full house.
If it was still up, 100% that'd be an Airbnb location. Yeah, so she lives in her house. She's a bit of she's not the most clean.
She's a klutz.
It's not that she's a klutz. It's that she's not clean. That she just
she's
leaves stuff.
scatterbrained. Yeah,
she just like, I had a great idea. Let me put this milk carton that I just drank out of on the counter instead of back in the fridge and run to my computer to write. Like, yeah. So she's
her house is kind of like her, at least at the beginning. It's like a representation of her mind.
Yeah.
It reflects her inner state. You know,
she has very like little care. She's kind of not. I don't want to say naive. But
she
yes.
is. She's an idiot.
Here's the thing. You used that word when we were watching through it this time. And I'm like, no. I've seen idiots in K-dramas, not in the real life. She's just, I would say she's more like naive and trusting. She doesn't make the best decisions, but she's not stupid.
She's an idiot. Parents are probably idiots too.
Wow.
Jess, if you ever have a daughter that acts that way, I'll disown you.
Stop it.
Like, I was speaking of the house being messy and a representation of her mind. That was like when I rewatched it to get these clips.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the only directorial choices where I was like, that was a smart decision.
Mm-hmm.
She's running downstairs to get the door at some point.
Yeah.
And as she's running down the stairs, she was told to kick like empty bottles and things down the stairs as she runs down. So it's almost like a cartoon of her running down the stairs and her kicking up garbage as she comes down.
Yeah.
I was like, so like plastic bottles are like tumbling down the stairs as she runs.
Yeah.
I was like, that was a good choice because it shows that she's like all over the place.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the only like praise I'll give the direction of the show. This show is very bland to look at.
Yeah.
There was the first shot of the first episode is handheld camera and it's shaky.
Yeah, and it's like coming up over.
And I was like, oh, shaky camera. That's an interesting choice. Never again. It's just bland, static shots.
Yeah, it was a time. Like, I think it's really interesting because I was watching. Obviously, I watched this with you, and then I'm watching a different drama with a friend, and half the time we're pausing so I can talk about camera language because it's like it's so beautifully shot, it's dynamic, the camera is it's using the language of cinema, and then to go to this where you're like, that's a choice.
And Ji-yoon is not the only main character.
No, it's a romantic comedy. So we have a male main character, and we have a female or male lead and a female lead. So we'll talk about the male lead, whose name is Rain.
Well, it's Lee Young-jae. Young-jae?
Young-jae?
Young-jae. Not to be confused with Old Jae.
Young-jae.
Young-jae Lee, he is an actor.
He is, in fact.
Played by Rain. So I got a clip of him. He's at a media scrum where he's being asked the same series of questions by the Chinese press over and over again. He's rehearsed all his answers, so he just gives the same answer over and over again.
개인적인 질문은 받지 않는다고 제가 분명히 말씀드렸는데요.
请问你来上海访问的感觉是怎么样？
굉장히 현대적이고 아름다운 도시라고 생각합니다.
你在中国拍摄的电影是哪个类型的？
믿었던 친구와 사랑하는 여인을 잃고 격정적인 삶을 사는 남자의 시대물입니다.
那你演的30年代戏是第一次了？
처음이에요.
You can even hear him how like bored he is. He seems bored doing all of this.
That was a very, very polite tone, my guy.
Okay, well, at first she's just like,
that was professional, and that was polite, and that was him respond. So here's the thing. I think that's interesting. Oh gosh, this is gonna be fun.
Well, looking at his face, he looks so bored.
Okay, this is gonna be fun because no.
Okay.
No. I like to be able to see like, oh, what do you see, and what do I see? Having like a little bit more cultural knowledge. Kids, because you're not seeing this. Like this scene follows one that's right before. Like Raj just said, he's at a scrum. Is it really called a scrum?
Yeah, media scrum.
That's a weird word.
He's hosting the media scrum at his hotel room.
Yes. So he's currently in China because he's filming a movie in China. So all the interviews are done in, I believe it's Mandarin. I think that's what I was hearing. That definitely wasn't Cantonese. So at first in the first scene, he's sitting with an interviewer and he has a translator, and this woman is asking questions, and then the translator is translating back and forth from Mandarin to Korean, from Korean to Mandarin. Mandarin, not Mirandan. And then we switch to the scene that Raja showed, which is the same questions being asked, but no translator, because at this point he can they're saying the same kind of words, so that they're all asking the same questions. And
it's just like, how are you enjoying Shanghai? I like it very much. Is it your first time here? Yes.
Yeah, right. And so
what kind of movie are you making?
So I think that if I was watching this and this was American, right? Like if this I think of, and I don't think you've seen this movie, but America's Sweethearts is all about I was watching it once when I was here, and you were like, what are you watching? And then you left.
Yeah, never heard of it.
Yeah, because it's a movie I remember. I was like, oh, I would like that movie. I think it came up in one of my runners up, and I rewatched it. I was like, wow, I'm glad we didn't talk about that. But the whole movie is done at a scrum for a movie, and so you just see the same kind of things. You could see the actors being annoyed and bored by the same questions, and I can see that in general. But here, the level of professionalism, he's annoyed that he's asking the same questions, but he's unfailingly polite in his tone and really professional in how he's responding to these things. And so, yeah, a little bit. So I think it was a good directorial or editing choice to do it how they did, to be oh, he's doing these same things so often that he doesn't speak this language, but he's got it. But he was very professional in how he was speaking.
Well, if he was polite and professional, it's against his character, because throughout the rest of the show, he is a flippant, put upon young man.
Yeah, because we can be good at our jobs but still be brats.
Yeah, he's a brat. He doesn't like. He seems to me like he doesn't like people. Or he doesn't like to be bothered.
It seems to me. Okay, it's been a while. I think what I would say is, he likes who he likes, and everyone else can just go jump off a bridge.
and as far as I know, he likes two people.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
His best friend and his ex-girlfriend.
Nope, they never dated.
Oh, well. His crush?
Yes, that would be apropos.
Because it's a romantic comedy, of course. There's got to be a love quadrangle.
Oh my gosh.
We'll get there later. So jumping back to Ji-yoon, the main character, she has a surprise.
She is surprised. By two characters we haven't met yet.
Yep.
She's very upset to be interrupted by writing.
당첨을 축하합니다.
What did they say?
Congratulations. And she was running to the door yelling, wait a minute, because they were bringing so much. What are her friends' names? I'm writing them down so I can remember.
Okay, her friend, the female friend's name is Yang Hee-jin.
Yang?
Yang.
Yang?
Yang?
Yeah. Give us the last name. Yang
Yang Hee-jin.
Gosh, that's such a popular name.
And her friends, her male friend, who is the husband of the female friend. So they're married.
They are?
They are married.
Oh, I thought they were just dating.
No, it says husband.
Huh. Oh, I think they get married later in the show.
Okay, so boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
Shin Dong-wook. Anyway, they come to the door and say, congratulations, you've won a prize. Okay, and in the previous scene, you learn that this couple here, they're having a baby.
They're having a baby.
And also they're struggling financially.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And the beginning of the show is so jarring because they throw like so many characters at you all at once. I was very confused for a sec. I was like, who are these people? What's going on? What's happening?
Where are we?
It was weird. It was almost dreamlike. So maybe they were like taking for granted how popular the comic was.
Mm-hmm.
So people who watch the comic, they could follow. But me, I'm just like, ugh. I didn't really fully understand the plot until, maybe 20 minutes in.
Yeah, okay. I remember you saying that. And I remember like when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, no, but they make it obvious by this shot and this shot. But I can't remember what it was because you're like, who are these people to her? What is going on?
Yeah, I guess it just they clearly know each other and they're friends, and that was it. I don't know. It could have used a bit more like I don't know, status quo setting.
Mm-hmm.
Show me what Ji-yoon's life is like before her life gets turned upside down. I don't know. Maybe she wants to rap about it.
Maybe she wants to rap about
like
it.
the Fresh Prince.
Wow. Yeah, it is a pretty quick jump in. I think that it's okay. So the first episode, we're introducing the characters.
Yes.
So I'm not going to go too much, but the first episode moves so fast.
So fast.
Pacing wise, I think about the dramas that we're going to be seeing in the upcoming years, and like for the show and just in general. And this is something that the industry definitely moves away from, right? Like this is why you really take time for drama, like how you introduce, like the first episode of a drama usually is one of the more like boring ones because it's so slow paced. Like, do you remember when we watched Itaewon Class? And I was like, look, you have to get through the first half an hour. I understand that is going to feel boring to you, but it's very important. And then it isn't until like literally the last 5 minutes where you're like, okay, this is what the show is about.
Yeah, it's like the opposite end. You got to find the middle ground.
Yeah, and there are a lot that are middle grounds. But I was saying that because both of these, the ones like Full House and Itaewon Class are two examples of ones that are based off of webtoons, right? And if you have a bulk of stuff that you're going to like put in, you have a choice to make. Like, how am I introducing these characters? When am I gonna what am I holding off on? And here it just goes too fast because they're going to be in a different country in the next 10 minutes.
They are.
They're going to be on a plane in 10 minutes into the show. And it's like, that's too, like, even when we were watching through it, I was like, okay, we have to be almost done, right? Because where the episode ended, I was like, I could have sworn that's where episode 2 ended. There were so many things they could have spent time on, but we're not talking about that yet. We're talking about characters. Sorry.
Why is she on a plane?
Because congratulations, you won. You won a contest you didn't even know you were enrolled in.
And we're not joking. That's what happens. Her two friends show up at her house unannounced and say, congratulations. I work at a bank. And the bank says, you won.
Yeah. And it's not just like I work at a bank, right? Like her friend, I think you said Lee? No, I don't think you did. Dong-wook. He works at her bank. So he's worked at the bank. She keeps her money at that bank. They've been friends since either middle school or high school. I can't remember. It tells you in photos, and it tells you later down the road. They've been friends for a very long time, and she banks at the bank that he works at. And I think what he said is, I won a ticket. but I don't want to like leave my girlfriend. I want to like make sure that we're like, and we think you deserve, you've never left the country, so we're giving it to you because you're our best friend. And she was a little sus about it at first.
It was like a full expenses paid trip to China.
Yep.
And hotel included.
Yep.
A car was supposed to pick her up at the airport. And she's like, okay.
She at first was like, no, but they like, come on, girl, like you deserve this. And you listen to your best friends because they know when you deserve something.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't turn out well.
We'll get to that. Once she gets to China, we'll tell you what we'll pull the rug under. We'll pull the rug from underneath you.
Just in the way that she had it pulled.
Right. But there is a scene on the plane. Her friends are very pushy. They push her to the airport.
It's a first class ticket, my guy.
They buy her a first class ticket, or they give it to her because they tell her that's what she won.
Yep.
And she's sitting in first class on this plane. It doesn't go down over the Pacific.
Wow.
Luckily.
Very luckily.
But we get our meet cute where Lee Jun meets young Jae.
Mm-hmm.
저기 안녕하세요. 이용지 씨 맞죠? 중국 가시는 거예요? 왜? 촬영 있으세요? 안녕하세요.
What's up with that Stevie Wonder music?
You like that funky sound.
It's just superstition. But why is it playing?
I don't, was it superstitious?
No, the funk music is there to show that young Jae is walking into the plane. And he's a big superstar, and she's surprised that he sits right next to her.
He does, in fact, sit right next to her. She was reading a newspaper with his face on it that was full of rumors. And then it was like, oh, this is you!
It's like, oh, are you this famous actor? And he could care less about her.
Does not speak a word.
Not a word.
Not a word. Which, yeah, that tracks.
She should like take a hint. It's like, hey, this guy doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
In real life, that seat next to him would have been bought by his agent, and he would have not been sitting next to a stranger.
His handler.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he was upset. He's like, someone didn't do their job.
Yeah, I could not imagine thinking like, I'm sitting next to a sausage. No, that's not great. That's not great.
But look, it's like scenes like this where it's like, I called it uber cringe. She has no social literacy.
Yeah,
in
this is very true.
They're eating food. They're eating their in-flight meal, and she is asking him if he's going to eat his food.
Yeah. Like, oh, let me have that. And she's all over the place. It's not a great cute.
No, it made me hate her all the more.
Aw. Well, you do like your personal space.
Yeah.
And to not be talked to.
Especially on a plane.
Yeah.
It's like the worst.
Like, we are trapped here. Please leave me
in first
alone.
class specifically. I bet you if you're like a normal first class passenger and some weirdo is sitting next to you, some yokel, who's clearly never been in first class before, is bothering you continually, I'd also be very upset.
Yeah. Be like, shush. Thanks. I don't know how long that flight is, but if it was a long time, I'd be mad. Like, please stop. And this is before, obviously there's like headphones. You could listen to music and stuff, but my gosh, I need to put on headphones so you just don't engage me, my guy.
But the cringe doesn't stop there. They're landing. They're coming down. They're descending.
Yes.
And Ji-yoon's ears need to pop.
Yeah.
So she says to young Jae, "Oh, my ears need to pop. They say if you swallow it, like if you like swallow your spit, it'll pop your ears."
Mm-hmm.
And when she does that, what happens?
Throws up all over his shirt.
귀 아프지 않아요? 귀 아프면 침을 꿀꺽 삼키면 된다고 그러던데. 침을 이렇게. 어떡해. 죄송해요. 어떡해. 미안해요.
You were disgusted because they actually used throw up here. It wasn't just like, oh, my face is out of frame and it's implied that I'm throwing up.
It was gross. But apparently this from what I understand, based on my research, this was a very important cultural moment in Korean television. They reference the puke, like retrospectives on the series, like Full House has endeared fans from the very first puke. I'm pretty sure that was a line from an article.
Oh my gosh, gross.
Very gross.
I prefer not seeing it.
Yeah, so she leaves a bad impression, and he takes off, and she he leaves his smelly, gross shirt in the plane's
the pocket in front of his chair.
Yeah, which I think I said, like, if he was wearing like a wife beater under his normal sweater, and I had told you if that happened to me, I would immediately go to the restroom, like take off that shirt, wash up, and just like leave that shirt. Like it's tainted forever. Like I'm not taking it with me.
And that's exactly what he does.
Yeah.
He's like, ugh.
But Ji-yoon has no sense. She decides, I'm going to take this shirt with me and wash it.
Yeah, like, oh, he forgot his shirt.
She's an idiot.
Or she doesn't just like throw away shirt. Like, I hear you, but if like I got something on my shirt, I'd take it off and I'd like scrub it and put it in my bag and take it home and wash it. I spent money on that mess. Are you kidding me?
He's a movie star.
I still spent money on that. No, I wore it because I liked it. A little bit of throw up can be cleaned out. It's not like it was set aflame.
He's also we noted this throughout the show. Young Jae's costumes were horrible.
Oh my gosh, they're so bad. They were so bad. Oh my gosh, I've never seen him in a good thing. Oh, he was costume designer. I'm so sorry. You did. This was a time, and you dressed everyone for the time. It was bad time.
Like the shirt that gets puked on is like the deepest V-neck you've ever seen.
Yeah. No, there's a deeper one later in the show.
So it's like the second deepest V-neck you've ever seen.
It's a joke. It's ridiculous.
And then like he's at one point he's wearing like a shirt that looks like two shirts kind of like strapped together.
Yeah. He wears a shirt like that twice, but one is just very like mummy falling apart. There's so much flesh showing. It's like, what is it even holding? What are we doing? What are we doing, Youngjae? Like,
or like one looks like a gi, but like made of like nylon.
Oh gosh.
It's so weird.
It's not, I wouldn't choose anything from this show for a costume for Halloween.
No. But yeah, that happens. And that was our meet cute.
Yeah.
She left a bad impression on him, and she couldn't even return his shirt because he's too famous to care.
Yeah.
And she gets turned away by his handlers who are like, she's like, I need to return this to him. And he's like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, by this point in time, you start to get an idea of what her friends did to her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she lands in Shanghai.
Mm-hmm.
She is supposed to be meeting someone who's supposed to pick her up.
Yep.
And no one shows up.
No.
No one, no driver, nothing.
No. She's looking at all the cards for her name and she doesn't see it, and time passes through a montage, and then she's holding a poster with her name, like going around like asking people, hey, are you looking for me? This is my name. Are you looking for me?
She then attempts to call her friends at the airport, and they do not answer.
Nope.
They never answer.
They never answer. She's supposed to be here a week.
Yep.
Sorry, let's just fully just go into this now. She's supposed to be here a week, first class, gets to a different country. She's never flown before. She's never been out of her country. She has a passport just because you got to have a passport. She gets to this country and nobody's waiting for her. She knows what hotel she's supposed to go to, but there's nobody to take her there. So she's going to have to take a taxi because like her friends told her, this trip is great. And she got a ticket there. And the return ticket is at the hotel.
She was given a one-way ticket.
She was given a one-way ticket by her, not just best friends, her only friends. Not just only friends, because we're not gonna watch this, but like, she is an orphan. Her parents are dead. These kids are her family. She's given a one-way ticket to a different country with the only money she has on her is like $300 her friend gives her when she leaves because she feels guilty about what she's about to do. And it's just gone. It's just sent. It's just sent away. Now let's flash back, because this is what we do, to what's happening in Korea.
Yeah, because you might be thinking to yourself, why would her friends do this to her? Why did her friends do this to her?
Because they found out that they were pregnant. And they knew that their families would not support them, but they need money. So, because he works at the bank that she keeps all of her important information at, he took the deed to her house,
all her money,
drained her accounts, and sold her house.
They sold Full House.
They just sold it. They just put it on the market, sold it, took the money,
and ran.
And the one of the things that like I remember watching through it this time that I was like livid at was like when they were dropping her off at the airport, and she like went. The girl's like, "I feel so bad," and the dude's like, "Don't feel bad. Feel bad for us when she makes it back. She's gonna be so mad." Like they have not given her an exit plan to come back. They just like, oh, she's like a cockroach. She's going to make it back. She'll be fine, even if we're throwing her in the worst straits. And yeah, she does make it back, but we're not there yet.
No.
The point is, you drained her account, and with that money, bought her the first class ticket to send her away, and then sold her house, and then don't pick up her phone calls, and then are just like,
she'll figure it out.
She'll either die in a foreign country with no money, no way back, no way to even get to the consulate, whatever you call it, the ambassador, I don't know, or she'll make it back and we'll have to hide. Like,
it's like the moral bankruptcy on hand here.
I had to call my best friend and I was like, I just want you to know that I love you. I will ride or die. If you call me like tonight at midnight and say, I need you here, I will drive 9 hours to get to you. If you ever, the way I would come for your Achilles heel, you would not be able to walk. I would go to jail. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. That's fine. That's fine. I will do the time because I destroyed her. Like, no.
It's very frustrating. And by the point, like at this point, like I realized what was happening and I was like, no.
Yeah.
What? No, they couldn't do that.
I remember when we were watching through this the first time and I had total recall what was happening. I was like, I'm so sorry, Rod. I'm so sorry. It was like 4 minutes in. You're like, what are you talking about? And about half an hour in, like, no. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that we're doing this.
And at least in Shanghai, she's still under the impression that she's won a trip. So she's like operating under that assumption and she's giving her friends the benefit of the doubt. So she's not like problem solving like me and you would probably be doing in that situation. Like I remember we took a trip to New York and our Airbnb
it was a scam.
It was a scam. Like the guy, or no, I guess it was like the woman who put the listing up didn't own the property or something or had moved out. And so like our reservation was faulty.
Yeah.
So you and me were on a Greyhound bus on a 3-hour bus ride from Albany to Manhattan on the phone. You were on the phone.
Yeah.
And I was on my phone 3G trying to figure stuff out. And we figured it out.
Yeah.
We got a new Airbnb and got $600 in our pocket.
Yep.
So, like, we would be figuring things out.
Absolutely, we would.
Ji-yoon doesn't do that.
Nope.
She kind of like rolls with it. She takes a cab ride to the
hotel she's supposed to be staying at.
Yep. She doesn't have enough money to pay the cab driver for the fare, so she gives him her crappy wristwatch and runs.
Yep.
So that was theft, and the guy just kind of, this poor Chinese man is just like, oh well.
Like, this is my job, and I just lost out on fare. Great.
Yep.
And then she gets into the hotel and is like, hi, I have a reservation under this name.
Yep. And luckily, in this one, she's a Korean woman speaking to a Chinese hostess at a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
They both speak English.
I'm sorry. Maybe there's something wrong. You haven't booked any room. Will you please make sure again? Excuse me? You haven't booked any room. Will you make sure again? 뭐라 그러는 거야? Check in, please.
Check in, please.
She's like, what is she saying? Check in, please. She doesn't understand she was like, do you speak English? Yes. Okay. And then she goes through a book and figures it out. I was like, you could have asked if she spoke Korean. I feel like she would have also spoke Korean.
She might have. Yeah, this lady speaks English really well.
Yeah. Or if she didn't, somebody there does.
Oh, is that a segue?
No, it's not. But I'm just like at a high profile hotel, which her friends definitely told her she runs something to. If somebody's speaking two languages, there's going to be like, oh, 1 second, please. And you just get a coworker that actually speaks Korean. But segue, somebody there speaks Korean.
Right, because also checking in is a young man named
the hottest guy in the show.
Yoo Min-hyuk. Is that right?
Min-hyuk.
Min-hyuk.
Well, okay, I don't know what I have to see. Okay, I should just Google how they're writing the words in Korean. But
Mr. Yoo is at the hotel also checking in. He is a friend of Mr. Young Jae. And, it's just like this suave business type looking guy. And it's kind of a funny misdirect because he walks up to the check-in desk on the phone speaking Japanese.
Yep.
And
no, he walks up and he speaks in Mandarin to the hostess and then switches to Japanese on the phone. So
Ji-yoon assumes that this is a Japanese man coming to China for business. So she directly speaks to him in Korean, assuming he doesn't speak Korean, even though he's a Korean man, and is flirting with him in Korean, jokingly. Like,
yeah. Just
like,
talking
oh,
about...
you think I'm beautiful, don't you? Something like that. And she's just like messing around because she thinks he doesn't understand what she's saying.
Yeah.
But he's actually Korean. And he butts in to help her get her reservation figured out.
객실 예약이 안 돼 있다는데요. 확실히 예약하신 거 맞습니까?
네.
But is there any rooms available?
Yes, there is. How many days will you stay?
며칠 묵으실 거죠?
금요일까지요.
So he's gonna stay until this Friday.
Wait a moment, please. Room 1305, is it okay?
그래.
Japanese sounded good. English not so good.
English was pretty good.
Okay.
English was pretty good. It was like, honestly, very fluent. It was good. Like, yeah, there's an accent, but...
Well, when he said, are there any rooms available, that made sense. But whatever he says, his first sentence in English, I was just like, that was English?
When you said, how long are you planning to stay? She's staying until Friday?
Oh, no, maybe when he says, are there any rooms available? I was just like, what do you say?
Well, there's a lot of V's and L's in that word. He was very helpful, and that is the best kind of meet cute. Okay, personal thought, he should have been the male lead.
Either way, this guy, Mr. Yu, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I have found no faults with him.
Yeah.
Other than maybe he's just kind of like upper class, like maybe he's a little...
That's the fault.
I don't know. I don't know if he I have no idea. He's less of a brat than Young Jae is.
Yeah, he's more mature. He's young. He's older. I don't know by how much, but he's definitely like obviously he's going to come off definitely as more mature because he's young in this situation. But
that's the thing. I don't know if he still has like snobbish tendencies or not, but
yeah.
Either way, like him and Young Jae have been friends for a long time, like since childhood. So they have a relationship. He's at the hotel to meet him.
Yeah.
So they have a meeting. And they discuss their girl troubles. Because Young Jae is in love with some lady. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Yu's there to give him advice. Yeah, I guess. They talk like two 20-somethings who are on the prowl.
Yeah.
Like just in the dating
scene. It's like the conversation is a little bit like weird. Like not weird like bad, but it's like very general because the show is like, don't worry, we'll get to that.
Also, I think I'm going to call him Mr. Yu because I don't want to mess up his first name.
No, you're fine. It's Min-hyuk is right.
Min-hyuk?
Yeah, Min-hyuk.
Min-hyuk, he's financing the movie that Young Jae is filming in Shanghai. Mm-hmm. So they're there to talk business, but they actually, because they're friends, end up talking about dating more than anything else. So that's kind of funny.
Sometimes that's just the way. When you work with friends, you're like, da-da-da-da. Okay, we need a 4-hour meeting because 2 hours is just us going to be talking.
Right. And it's now, okay, well, we'll talk, I guess we'll talk the love quadrangle later, but I assume there's some kind of love triangle between these three. Yeah, you can automate. The thing about especially early Korean dramas, you could still do it now. If it's a rom-com, if there's any kind of romance in it, first episode, you know who the male lead is, you know who the female lead is, and you know who the person is that is going to try to throw that off. End statement. There are rare occasions, like some of my favorite like romantic dramas where I'm like,
Yes, we're just being adults and we're not throwing in stupidity. But like you can tell right off, like, okay, who are we? Who's gonna be the wrench and what's gonna be what? And this is obvious.
With this one, yeah.
It's very obvious right off the bat, especially if it's like, oh, the meet cute between the two main leads is awful. Meet cute between one of the main leads and a second lead. It's beautiful and amazing, and I'm gonna root for this because this seems far more healthy, but it's not gonna be endgame.
Anyway, jumping back to Ji-yoon, she gets her hotel via Min-hyuk.
Yeah.
He's able to get her a hotel until Friday. She does not have money.
Nope.
For this reservation.
She does not.
She assumes that her friends are going to be sending her money or something.
Yep.
Something's wrong.
Something is wrong.
So she's living off like $2 ramen in her hotel room. And she goes and like sightsee. She gets a disposable camera and just like, she might as well enjoy her vacation.
Yeah.
Her friends will figure it out.
Yeah. And honestly, she like at that point, right? At least she's being smart then. She's not like, oh, I'm in a new country. I'm going to eat X, Y, and Z. Like, which is,
She doesn't have money.
I would be big mad. But if she was like, yeah, but my friends are going to wire me money. I don't have to worry about that. They just didn't pick up the phone. And they couldn't call me back at the airport because I wasn't at the airport. But now they have this phone. So I'll go and spend my money and I'll come back to the hotel. And by then they'll have wired me money. Like, she is at least not doing that. Like, she's not an idiot. She's going to wait.
But that's the thing. She doesn't have any money to spend at a certain point.
No, she still has cash. She didn't give all her cash to
okay. Because like there's times when she's like, walking the streets of Shanghai like hungry.
Yeah.
And she sees people grilling food and she like her tummy rumbles.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
Can't
yeah.
eat.
And she did because like what she did buy was the ramen, yeah, and kept in so at least that was a wise decision. But yeah, she is totally expecting her friends to help figure out, you know?
And they don't.
They don't.
Because they're monsters.
They are monsters.
They've sold her
and
house.
A little bit mobsterish.
So it is her last. I think it's like her last day in Shanghai. She's like, my friends won't call me back. I have no money to pay for this extravagant hotel.
But I do know one person here.
I know one Korean in this hotel, and I have his shirt.
Yep.
So I don't have that clip, but
she gets to his hotel room and is basically pleading with him to like, I just need money to get. I need money to pay off the hotel and a flight home. It can be the cheapest.
And this is why I call her an idiot, because she's not explaining what happened.
Yeah.
And like she's like, beating around the bush. And I'm like, just tell him what happened. Tell him the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's like, oh, I'm like, no, stop being skittish here. Tell him what happened. Or at this point, this is where I'm like, honey, use some critical thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the Korean consulate. Yeah. Explain what happened.
Yeah.
Tell the authorities.
Yeah.
And she doesn't.
She does not do that.
Because she's stupid.
She does. I wonder, I'm not going to read it because I'm not, but I wonder if her being only half Korean in the manhwa would have made that more troublesome. Like, yeah, no, I'm a Korean national. Like, you don't look Korean. Where's your stuff? Da da da.
Maybe.
Like, but like here doesn't translate. She should have just gone to the consulate.
Yes. Or explain this to Young Jae.
Yeah.
Thoroughly.
Yeah.
Say, listen, my friends did this. That's why I was in first class. I think they conned me.
Yeah.
I need help. You're the only Korean I know.
Yeah.
Can you help me?
She looks like a con artist regardless, though.
Kind of. So what does she do? Because Young Jae's not having it.
No.
He like slams the door in her face several times.
So she's like, fine, can you just at least give me Min-hyuk's number so I can call him? How do you know Min-hyuk? We just go way back. And then at that point, he's like, I'm interested now. How do you know him? Let me know. And then she spins a web of lies because she's a con artist.
Yep. So she tells Young Jae that she was almost married to Min-hyuk. Yeah, and they had some kind of like romantic rendezvous somewhere. And you learn later that he is insecure about Min-hyuk's like
relationship
romance acumen, because he might be in a relationship, or he might be flirting with the same woman that Young Jae is interested in, or he's insecure that that's a possibility.
No, the thing is, and I guess this wasn't translated to you, like you didn't see it. The problem is the girl he likes, the girl that Young Jae likes, he is very aware that girl likes Min-hyuk.
And that makes him insecure.
So he's like, wait, So you used to date him and you guys were close enough to almost get married? Maybe I can utilize this. Maybe I could be like, let's like get you guys back in a relationship so I have a better chance with the girl I like.
Correct.
Yes.
It's a romantic comedy.
Yeah. It's so funny.
So funny. But yeah, it works. And he's like, fine, here's money. Get on a plane and go home.
And she does. And the first thing she does when she's at that airport, calls her friends and say, oh, wait till I see you.
And then she goes home. And what happens?
Empty house with a tin roof. She goes home and all of her stuff, there's no furniture, there's no leftover cups and plastic bottles, there's no paintings on the wall, there's no, like, luckily, like, she took with her the only picture she had of her best friends and her parents because those would have been gone too. The way I would do murder, my guy, like this, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's Sonic the Hedgehog 3 music. That was her frantically searching around her house for all of her belongings because they're all gone.
All gone.
Everything's gone.
There's nothing. There's not even food. And she's hungry.
Yeah. The only thing left in the house that's hers is like stickers on like poles and walls in her house that she put up when she was young.
Yeah. It's awful. It's just awful. It's so sad.
But also very frustrating for me. This is when I was getting so frustrated watching this show because I feel like I'm a critical thinker. You're a critical thinker. If this happened to me, first she does what I would do. First things first, go to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Try to find him. He's not at the bank. He quit 2 weeks ago. And you're like, uh-oh. Wait, and then she has the same thought that I did. He works at this bank. He did. Where's my, like, check my account.
Drained.
Oh, all your money's gone. Okay, tell the bank teller right then and there what happened. She doesn't say a word to the bank teller what happened.
Yeah.
She doesn't say, I need to talk to the manager of the bank.
Because I didn't pull out any money.
Your ex-employee just stole all my money from the account. Get a police report going. I need your help on this.
Yeah.
Because the bank would do that. We have a credit union.
Yeah.
I don't know how credit unions work in 2004 Korea, but I would assume they would do something. So our credit union would probably be like, okay, we'll get an incident report out. We have insurance. Your money's coming back. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. She just leaves the bank in a huff.
Yeah. She goes then to she goes to Dongwook, her male friend's home, and asks the landlord, like, yo, where is he? And she's like, he hasn't been here forever. He moved out. She goes to Youngin's home where her mom and dad live, and they are like, I have no daughter that would get pregnant by some stupid. So she finds out that they're pregnant. They ran away. They stole her money. They stole her house. So she does what you should do. No, she doesn't. She goes home again and she's searching through drawers and she finds a letter that is from her friends that are like, we're so sorry.
It's signed. And it's evidence.
Yeah. It's like, we're so sorry. We stole all your money. We stole your house. But Haewon is pregnant and we just need this. And here's a picture of the pregnancy. You're going to be an auntie. And she's like, the crap. So she goes to the cops.
She tears that letter up.
She does in fact tear the letter up.
I was like, she destroys evidence that could be used in her case.
Yeah.
She does not go to the police right away. The police is like one of the last places she goes. And I'm screaming at her, go to the police.
She goes at that point. She does. She's just like, she does go to the police at that point, but she turns around almost immediately.
Yeah.
No, you're right. She doesn't go to the police until like she's sleeping. Like she rips that up. She's upset. She sleeps in her house. And the next morning.
Goes on a date first.
She doesn't go on a date first. Not first. Not first because she doesn't.
They go to a coffee shop before she goes to the police, I thought.
Okay, well.
She wastes so much time.
Yeah, okay. Doesn't matter what order it goes into, but I do just want to say what she does do is like she sleeps on the
floor,
the concrete unheated floor of her home, and then wakes up because she hears sounds and people are moving a bunch of stuff in. She talks to the like person who basically bought it. It's like, no, this is legal. It's all signed and stuff. And she's like, no, I didn't sign it. I own it. And the man says, that's a problem for the police, not for me. And then she goes to the police and she's in there for 45 seconds before she leaves without talking to the police.
Because she feels guilty about having she doesn't want to prosecute her pregnant friend.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't want to orphan another child.
Yep.
How stupid.
It's very dumb. Take the child. That sounds rude. Like, raise the child if you feel that badly. Like, no.
It was like, that house is yours.
The house is not just yours. It is the only thing your parents left you.
So this woman's incredibly stupid.
Yeah. I think that when she's leaving the police station is when she gets the call from Youngjae, and then they meet at a coffee shop.
Something happened. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, she does everything wrong.
Everything.
And wastes so much time, and that's why I think this show is so irritating.
Yeah. Yeah. And these are the kinds of shows that, like, now as a person who, like, no, there's a plethora of things that I can watch or do with my time. I'm not going to just finish something because I started it. I'm too old for that. I don't have much time left I only have like 50 to 80 years left to live, and I'm not going to waste it on something that I don't want to watch. But, like, it's unbelievable. Like, I cannot suspend my disbelief.
It's illogical.
Yeah. It's just, it does not make sense at all for you to be a grown person and not, like, no. In a capitalist society, absolutely not. No. You owned property and you're just gonna let that slide? No. Yeah. So I think that that's the thing that is
it's worth the trouble, lady.
It's worth the trouble, and they brought this trouble on themselves.
Yeah.
Mess around, find out is all I'm saying, my guy. And like, that's the thing. When I was like sitting here, it's like, oh gosh, I just remembered what the whole first part of the show is, and you're not gonna like it, Rod, and I'm not gonna like it. It's horrible. It's just horrible. Everything about it is like the worst, and it's just like, there's no way. This is not a romance. This should be a revenge, revenge
it should be.
drama.
It's a Kill Bill. Yeah, we're gonna bottle up all this frustration for a sec. Come back to it. Let's go back to Young Jae and see what his deal is. You know, what's his life like? And you mentioned we mentioned it. He's got a crush on a girl, and that girl's name is Kong Hye-won.
Yeah, Kong Hye-won.
And she's like a fashion designer or something.
Yes, and so we're going to blame her for all the bad fashion in the show.
Yes, she's the one dressed. She's dressing him.
He's like, I want to impress this girl that I love, so I'm just going to wear all her bad clothes.
Either way, he shows up at her like studio and talks to her, and they have coffee. So this is just a conversation about like nothing. It's just like small talk, but it's noteworthy to me.
며칠 동안 있으면서 전화도 한 통 안 하냐? 한 번도 먼저 전화 안 하더라.
용건 있어야 전화를 하지.
꼭 용건이 있어야 전화를 해? 하여튼 재미없어요.
내 전화 많이 기다렸냐?
선물 사오라고. 너 또 빈손으로 왔지?
그럼 내일 같이 밥이나 먹자.
그래, 그거로 때우자.
We were watching that scene, and I asked you, is she a bad actress? Because even I could kind of hear kind of just like bad acting from that. What did you say?
I think I said no.
Well, you said she sounded stilted.
She does sound okay. So she does sound really stilted. And going and listening to it without like watching it, even though I can like see the mannerisms, I was like, this was just typecasting for like villainess. Like, she's gonna be an obstacle, so she has an attitude.
Oh, okay.
It's still not great. It's not great. She's speaking naturally. It's just the like tone of it.
Either way, that's the completion of the quadrangle.
Yeah.
The love quadrangle. You got Ji-yoon, the main character. Young Jae, the actor, co-lead. They're gonna get together, I assume.
Yes, unfortunately.
They're getting married.
Yes, in 2 episodes.
The friend,
Min-hyuk,
and then the villainess,
Hae-won.
There you go.
Yep.
And how's it all gonna shake out? They go on a double date at the end of this episode.
They do, because
when Ji-yoon should be going to the police.
Yeah, like
again.
in that conversation that you just heard, basically, Youngjae was asking Hae-won, like, hey, do you want to go eat on Wednesday? I think they said Wednesday. Like, let's go and eat. And she's like, yeah, sure. Like, why not? Like, because she's like being very flippant about it. But then she gets a phone call from Min-hyuk, which Yeah. And he's like, yeah, let's go get food. Same day. And while she's standing in that room, he's like, yeah, let's do that. Completely forgetting she's already agreed to go with her friend because she wants to go with that guy she thinks is hot, which bet.
So young Jay invites Ji-yoon thinking, oh, yes, she had a romantic something with my friend.
He's literally like, I know they're going on a date. I know where they're going to, well, not a date. I know they're going out for dinner. And I know where they're going to eat. So I'm just going to also show up with his old flame.
And it's awkward.
It's very awkward because she's aware that she is not an old flame.
Yep.
And he barely remembers who she is because he saw her for a collective 7 minutes in a different country.
Yeah. And that's like where the show kind of ends. It's like you get a really awkward date and it's clear that everyone's lying to each other.
Yep.
Or at least, like, young Jay calls Ji-yoon on her lie.
Yeah.
And she comes clean about, I just needed money.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pay you back once.
Just not right now because my bank account is empty.
And so he's probably this con woman.
Yeah.
He should be going to the police too, honestly.
He really should, but he doesn't want his name wrapped up in that. Like, yo, you got your reputation is
That's
everything.
true. Yeah, TMZ would be all over that.
It's called dispatch in Korea.
Oh, okay.
You don't want none that. None. Just blatant. You just don't. And you don't want netizens to run with anything. You just don't want it. Anyway, that's not where it ends. What ends is she headbutts him and then walks away and then has a suitcase at a bus station because she can't stay in her home but can't go anywhere. So she falls asleep on her own porch. Guess who bought the house?
Young Jay.
And that's where we end.
So
the first episode.
He bought the house that was stolen from her. What could possibly happen?
So would you recommend this show?
No, I'm going to unbottle that hatred I had in my frustration about everything and say, no, I will not watch this show.
But what if I ask very nicely?
No. Yeah, I don't recommend this show. It's not good. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to watch it. You didn't want to watch it for this show.
I didn't. No, I don't. Kids, like, we're going to talk about quite a few Korean entertainment things as we are heading full long into the 2000s and beyond. Okay, aughts and the tens and the currents. We're real deep in this world.
We're gonna ride the wave.
But just like at the beginning when we were talking about Barney, there's gonna be some duds. And this is one of them. It is like culturally significant. It set off a lot of things, a lot of really great careers. It like did a lot of things for the industry, but there are a lot of themes in it: misogyny, sexism, stupidity. How a lot of things that I'm like, I'm not going to sit through and watch this ever again. That I'm just not going to sit through and watch ever again. And this is one that is. The payoff is not worth the annoyance. It's just not.
You heard it from her. Yeah, don't watch Full House. Watch Danny Tanner's Full House instead.
I mean, that's also bad. But
But what did the world think? Full House was a ratings smash in its native South Korea, debuting at number 1 with an audience rating of 21.6%, 25.4% from Nielsen, another ratings board. Ratings only continued to grow as the series went on, peaking at 40.2%, or 42% from Nielsen, for the finale. I think that might mean that 40% of the target demographic watched this show when it aired. That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
The ratings war between KBS's Full House and NBC's, another network, their first love of a royal prince was well documented. There's like a ratings rivalry between those two shows. Did you ever watch First Love of a Royal Prince?
No. I don't like period dramas.
Full House proved equally popular in other Asian countries like China, Taiwan, and Thailand. But despite its strong ratings, critical reviews seemed to be lukewarm. According to Korea Times, general reaction to the debut episode was, quote, something awkward, citing the lead actor's lack of chemistry and diversions from the source material.
They really did not have chemistry.
Not really.
And they really don't for a good portion of it. Honestly, never mind. Not going to say that out loud. Don't want no one come for me.
Break News described Full House as, quote, very light on story and as having, quote, more disadvantages than advantages.
Yes. Agree.
And Jeonbuk Ilbo internet newspaper claimed that Full House, quote, burdens the viewers with poor acting, calling out Rain in particular. Say it.
No.
Jess agrees. He's not a good actor. She just doesn't want to say it to anger any fans of Rain out there.
Look, Rainism, the man can dance. He can sing. I don't necessarily listen to his music, just not because it's not good. It's just not what I'm into. But he's a talented guy. We can't all be talented at everything. Look at Michael Jordan.
Not a good actor.
I was talking about baseball, but sure.
Cine21, on the other hand, called it, quote, a trendy drama with a clean finish, praising the consistent...
I'm sorry, what?
They praised the consistent quality and lack of product placement.
This is the consistent bad quality?
I guess, I don't know.
That's fine.
To sum things up, kdramalove.com had this to say, quote, Full House still has much to enjoy, mainly the sparkling beauty of a young Song Hye-kyo, one of Korea's prime actresses for many years, and the cute energy and spunk of young Rain in one of his first acting roles.
I feel like I didn't say this at the top, and I'm going to say it now. The reason this drama is mine for the year is not because I watched it over and over. It's because I watched it once. And this is the only thing from that year I could say I've completed in 2004. Don't, make your own decisions, but you don't have to watch this, kids.
No.
These people are in better things where their acting is better and the screenwriting is, wow, we're not going to talk about the screenwriting. Let's go.
Well, we did. It was frustrating.
Yeah,
I didn't know what was going on.
It's frustrating.
Full House won the following at the 2004 KBS Drama Awards. Top Excellence Award, Actress for Song Hye-kyo. Excellence Award, Actor for Rain. So award-winning Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Popularity Award, Actor.
I was like, it's a popularity award.
Well, no, that's a different award.
I know it is. I was like, he's going to get that one.
Yep, Actor for Rain. Popularity Award, Actress for Song Hye-kyo. And Best Couple for Rain and Song Hye-kyo.
Disagree. I'm thinking about the other shows that came out that year, and I disagree.
And where did Full House go from here? Full House aired for a single series of 16 episodes. Do you want to comment on where things went? They get married immediately.
He tries again to make his friend jealous, takes this girl to a party. Actually, I don't remember how she gets to the party, but she goes to this party for some reason. I think she may actually be looking for Min-hyuk to be like, yo, we can be friendly. Please help me out. I've got some issues. And Rain's love interest, the one he actually likes, is like, hey, can you please stop crushing on me? Like, I'm not interested in you. You're a friend, but you're about to ruin our friendship. I don't like you. I like Min-hyuk. And he gets very childish, just like, who says I even like you? I'm already in a relationship, and pulls her and kisses her. And it's on camera because they're at a press event, and then has to double down and be like, yeah, we've been in a relationship for a while. Yeah, we're actually planning on getting married. Yeah, we got married. So they get married. She moves into her house that he currently owns, becomes his live-in maid, but she's very bad at being clean. And he is a clean freak. And it's just a bunch of...
It sounds horrible.
Forced approximation living trope until they slowly start to like each other while she's also trying to figure out where her friends are. She does find them and she does forgive them, which is the most frustrating thing. And then...
you don't have to say it anymore.
You asked me where it went.
Don't sell me anymore. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. In 2005, Won Soo-yeon, the author of the original comic, published Full House 2, a sequel series to her original story.
Yeah. No, I did not watch that.
Well, that was a comic.
No, I did not hear. No, they also made a show out of it.
No, they didn't.
Oh, is Full House 2 not based on...
No.
Huh.
That's different.
Interesting.
And here's what I'm talking about. 2012 saw the debut of Full House Take 2, a South Korean sequel/reboot series that shares the same premise as the original, but has a completely different set of characters and plot.
Huh.
It is not an adaptation of Full House 2.
Is it a better plot?
I don't know.
It was 2012, so I'm not going to watch it.
A musical theater production of Full House was staged at the Hongik Arts Center beginning April 11th, 2014.
Okay.
So you watch a stage musical.
No, I would not.
Full House has been remade in several countries over the
Yeah.
past 20 years, including the Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Turkey, Pakistan, Malaysia, China, and Thailand.
I'm pretty sure I saw the Philippine one and I stumbled across the Thai one, but I didn't watch it.
So interesting thing about the Thai one. So in Full House, the South Korean drama, they visit Thailand on vacation at some point.
Mhm.
In the Thai version, they visit South Korea on vacation at some point. That's cute.
One of my favorite things, you know how like sometimes like accents trade, like hearing someone who speaks Thai speak Korean is wild to me. It's wild to me. Anyway, so I'd probably watch it just for that scene.
And Full House has been credited for pioneering the romantic comedy genre in South Korea and helping launch the, quote, Korean wave, a dramatic rise in the global popularity of South Korean popular culture.
And for that and only that am I grateful for this series.
So thank you. No thank you. Full House.
Thank you for walking so other stuff could run.
Get out of my house. That's our show.
Our show?
That's our show.
That's our show. Who won?
Lost one.
I think we all lost, to be perfectly honest.
But Lost is a way better show than Full House.
Sure, I guess.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I still
Production
like,
value.
You
writing,
talking about where the
characters.
show went from there, like on mic and off mic,
pilot
I'd be like,
then.
no, thank you. Keep that out of my house.
The pilot episode's better than Full House.
Yeah. I think it's just about as engaging, in my opinion, though.
Either way, I'm gonna say
Go ahead.
yeah, Lost wins. I don't care.
Yeah. You don't care? Then let's split it.
No.
You said you don't care.
I care that Lost wins. I don't care what you have to say. But we got to talk about what we could have been watching if it weren't these shows.
Oh, man.
What could have saved us?
What could have saved us? Well, for you, we could be watching Salad Fingers, a thing I've heard you talk about and I never want to see.
Okay. So we've mentioned a few. We've been talking web series at the time. I believe I got DSL internet around 2004, 2005. So I was watching a lot of, like, at this point I was like transitioning away from watching TV, like TV, and just watching things on the internet. And Salad Fingers is a dark, surreal Flash cartoon series that debuted on Newgrounds.com. And like, I would not consider it a web series. I would consider it like a series of short films. But when we looked at the list of web series debuts on Wikipedia, they named Salad Fingers. And I was like, well, I think I've seen almost every episode of Salad Fingers. I think there are some newer ones that debuted in the last few years that I haven't seen. So yeah, Salad Fingers is like creepy and twisted and unsettling. So it's like not a show I would recommend to anyone.
Yeah. Is like creepypasta, is that the term?
No, it's not creepypasta.
Okay.
It's just weird and gross and definitely of the like Hot Topic time that it came out.
Yeah. Well, then I guess in vein of internet stuff, Mega 64.
Mega 64.
Yeah.
Mega 64 is another web series. It is basically, it's like, it started out as a group of friends. They would dress up as video game characters and go out in public and mess with people.
I hate
It was like public prank type videos, but they were doing it like as if video games were real. So,
just messing with people.
Yeah. Like hidden camera type stuff.
I hate those pranks.
And I know you don't like those type of frames, but it was hilarious back in the day. So like their Resident Evil 4 skit is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And it's just Rocco from Mega 64 dressed as the merchant from Resident Evil 4, which is a very specific reference, asking people in the public, what are you buying and what are you selling? It's very silly.
Yeah.
But like me and my friend Steven, we watch those videos like crazy. And then I have all the DVDs on the shelf over there because it's a web series that they actually made like full narrative shows out of. Like the skits are just part of the show.
Right.
And I made you watch the first episode of Mega 64 and you were not a fan.
I was not a fan.
They're not like especially the early episodes, like they're not good. They're basically high school students making a dumb public access TV show. It's sort of like Mystery Science Theater 3000, but like even lower budget. So
I think you made me watch something more current, which is like them doing all of the like Metal Gear stuff. Is that the same thing where they like?
No, that's so Mega 64 is also like a production company now, and they make like, you know, short films or videos, like standalone videos that are separate from the Mega 64 TV show that they make. And they, in the past couple of years, they've been like remaking entire seasons of Dragon Ball, like amateurish, with just special effects they have in their studio. And it's really good. It's really creative what they're able to do, and they're like really funny guys.
Okay.
And they did all of the first Metal Gear Solid video game.
Right.
They recreated the entire thing using like, you know, boxes and stuff.
And you enjoyed that.
I did. Mega 64 is fun, but I totally don't recommend it to people who won't get it. So yeah,
that's fair. And the last thing we could have been watching for you is The Strangerhood.
The Strangerhood is another web series.
Oh.
It's by Rooster Teeth, the folks who made Red vs. Blue. In 2004, a little video game called The Sims 2 came out. In fact, you might be listening to Sims 2 music right now.
A moment of silence
for this
the
Full
Sims.
House segment. Seems appropriate. The Sims 2 came out, and the marketing team at Maxis, I think, makes Sims, or EA. You know, EA published it. They reached out to Rooster Teeth, who had a hit series with Red vs. Blue, and said, "Hey, can you make a machinima series, which is basically using video game assets to tell a story? Can you use The Sims 2 to tell a story?" And so Rooster Teeth created The Strangerhood, which is a parody of reality TV show and other TV shows that were airing at the time. And they used Sims characters to do it. You know, it's like they took The Sims and treated like the Sims characters as puppets,
right,
in a little animated show. And they made fun of, you know, the real world and, you know, other reality type house shows. But then towards the end, it became parodies of things like Alias and Lost and 24 and Prison Break. all the TV shows that were popular at the time were being parodied on The Strangerhood.
Right.
And,
that sounds fun.
Yeah, I have the DVD. I'm looking at it right here.
Oh, wow.
On the shelf. And they did a season 2. Like they had a financial obligation to make a season 2 like 10 years later. They promised it as part of like a Kickstarter.
Oh, wow.
Because it was a joke. In fact, I think it was because they were raising money Indiegogo style for their first feature film, Rooster Teeth was. And one of the stretch goals on the Kickstarter or on the Indiegogo campaign was, if we raise this much money, we will make a Strangerhood season 2. And they made it, and the guy who directed it got bored halfway through, and it's crap.
Oh, wow.
Like it's bad on purpose.
Well.
Yeah, shout out to Ray Noveas. He joked about making a Strangerhood season 2 for years, and when they finally told him, "All right, make one," he didn't want to.
He's like, "Oh, I did this to myself."
What do you got?
Well, if we weren't watching Full House, we could have been watching a different drama that there's absolutely no way we could have watched. It's called Misani. Let's just say the English title. I'm Sorry, I Love You is the title of the drama. It is the only drama that I've ever quit watching because it was too sad. And I'm gonna run you down on it. I think I was telling you husband, about what it was. And this is the reason I quit. No, I'm not going to tell you the whole thing. But the reason I quit is basically the main lead character finds out he has a brain tumor that is going to take him from this mortal coil within like 8 months. And he was an orphan that was adopted in Australia, and was like, I'm going to go find my mom because I'm sure she gave me up because she just couldn't afford to take care of me. Goes to Korea, finds out his mom is actually incredibly rich, has that generational wealth, definitely could have kept him, but instead didn't, and has a son whom she loves, adores, dotes on, gives everything, and is the perfect mother that he'd always wanted. And so he decides to use the last bit of his life to destroy his younger brother's life to punish his mom for not keeping him. But what you find out as a watcher very early on that the character does not find out until probably the end is the mom had twins and she wanted to keep the babies, but she was rich and her parents were like, nah, dog, that's going to ruin our reputation. So when she passed out after having given birth to the children, They took the babies and basically just dumped them anywhere they could and told her they died.
Oh.
And so she spent many years in actual depression until she like got married and had another kid and stuff. But so he's like, yeah, I'm going to destroy this woman who never wanted me. And I lived a crap life because she decided that she just didn't want to be a mom. And that's just not the truth. And if she knew that her babies were alive, even if they are now in their 30s, she would be like unconsolable and would take them in. And it was just too hard. It was just too hard. It was just too hard. And I could not. I had to be like, I have to think about my mental health. And it is not this right now. And so that did not get finished. I stopped, I think, episode 4.
All right.
And I do not recommend that to anyone because I can tell you how it ends because someone else watched it. And I was like, nah, dog. I couldn't. The other show we could have been watching, which I really wish I had just lied to you, is Big Fat Quiz of the Year, which is one of our favorite things to do at the beginning of each year in this household that we live in. It's a British variety show where at the beginning, they also do it monthly, but I mostly only watch the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. It's hosted by Jimmy Carr. And you get 6 comedians on a panel and you're basically asking them questions about things that happened in the year that just passed. So usually it's up very end of December before.
It's like our Christmas tradition.
Yeah, we will usually watch it at the beginning of the year, like maybe the first or second day of the year. And they're just like, okay, all these things happen. A lot of it is like European centric, except, 2016. And so we don't always know the answers if you're not like, and it's world news, but it's like more European.
It's definitely more UK centric than anything.
Yeah. And so there's some stuff that's like, I have no idea what that is, but it's fun to watch and to like, oh, sometimes we know the answers, but the comedians are, if they know the answers, great. But if they don't, it's a lot of really fun joke bits and stuff. And it's just a good watch. Yep. It's fun. I recommend that. I don't know how we would have talked about that. Oh man, I'm really glad we're not going to talk about Korean variety shows.
Remembering the world events of 2004.
It was it even hosted by Jimmy Carr at that point?
I don't know.
Man. Anyway, so those are the only things that it was a dry year for 2004. I didn't really watch stuff.
It's so funny. It's like we watched the only network show for me and everything else was web series. I think that's an indication of where I was at because I also around this time got high-speed internet and was just on my parents' computer all the time.
Real talk, my guy. Real talk.
Yep. Flash cartoons all day, every day.
All
for
day.
Rodney. But that's that.
That is that.
That's our show.
That is our show.
And we're going to close out with some plugs.
We're going to close out with some plugs.
You can follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at mediamade show. So if you want to vote in a poll, and you can decide which show is better. If you've somehow seen both of these, watch the first episode of Full House.
Hey, kids.
Actually, I don't know if you can anywhere unless you have Vicky or your VPN is set to the UK.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, kids that I know do partake in watching our shows don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, I don't want you coming to me and looking at me with shame. Watch a different drama when we get to it. Don't do this one.
We'll also post clips and videos and pictures and other fun things from these shows. Maybe I'll find some songs from the stage adaptation of
Oh my gosh.
Full House.
Do it.
Who knows?
Do it.
You can follow me personally on Twitter and on Blue Sky at Rod the Master. I'm on Blue Sky now.
Oh, you moved?
I'm still on both. I use Blue Sky as like a log of movies and games I finish. So, if you want to see what I've been playing or what I've been watching.
And he has been playing stuff.
I have. I write for a video game website called ZeldaDungeon.net. We talk all about the Legend of Zelda video game series. So if you like Zelda, check that out. And I host a YouTube show called Keep Kayfabe. That's Kayfabe. The show's focus is professional wrestling. So if you like wrestling, check that out. What about you?
If you're looking for me, I'm in a Full House. If you're looking for me, I'm on YouTube as Taming Tales. I put vlogs and stories. I used to put vlogs and stories, but I'll let you know if something new pops up there.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can, if you want to support the show, you could do so on coffee.com/mediamade. That's ko-fi/mediamade. So if you like, if you want to throw some money our way, you can do that there. And follow the show on your podcast platform of choice. Leave us reviews, leave us 5 stars, all the fun stuff. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Next time we see you guys at the beginning of November, we will be doing our QQs.
Yeah, we finished 5 years of shows on mediamade. Like the early 2000s has taken us longer than it had previously because we decided to go from releasing an episode every week to an episode every month.
Which is much better for us kids.
We finally finished our block of early 2000s media. And the mediamade awards are coming up.
Whoop, whoop.
We decide the best of the best and the worst of the worst. So look out for that. And then once that's finished,
we'll move on to the latter half of the aughts.
Yeah. We're going to close out the show with a song from Full House. The title is translated as either Fate or Destiny.
Okay.
And it's credited to Y. W-H-Y.
Okay.
Y. Which I think is a pseudonym for the composer for the show, Lee Kyung-sup.
Okay.
Sup.
I can't see how it's written.
S-U-P.
S-U-P? Soup.
But you said, I think this is the song you said is sung by Rain. So Rain might be the singer.
I think he might.
Okay.
I think I remember when we were listening to it, it sounded like his voice.
So either way, this might be Rain singing the song Fate.
Fun.
Anyway, look out for new shows. Once the mediamade awards are out of the way, you can look forward to hearing about our movies of 2005.
Whoop, whoop.